this complete tutorial, we are going to go over everything that you got to know in order to become successful with Google Ads. We are going to cover GMC setup, how to avoid bans with Google Merchant Center, how to set up search campaign, how to do keyword research, how to write copy, how to set up a Performance Max campaign, how to run shopping ads, advanced bidding strategies, YouTube Shorts campaigns, dynamic remarketing ads, and all the other good stuff. To be honest, this is one of the video that I would wanted to have when I started learning Google Ads. So without further introduction, let's jump into the video. Google and Merchant Center feed optimization. How to properly set up your Google Merchant Center, how to optimize your product title feed. We're gonna go over what the heck is Google Shopping Experience Scorecard for US. I'm gonna show you how you can pay 20% less on shopping and PMAX for Europe only. And I'm gonna show you how to add promotions and reviews on your shopping feed. Okay, now, I hope that you're seeing this document. Again, you can find it down below in the video description. How to properly set up your GMC to avoid future bans and just to set a proper foundation. Here you can find the checklist, which again is very useful. You can check it out yourself. Now, I have the GMC open and I have a website. We want here to add all the information from the website, the information that we added in the privacy policy, return and refund shipping policy to match with Google Merchant Center. And I'm going to show you how to do it. First things first, these are the main things that should be matching. The shipping policy, again, business information, return policy, which should be added in the GMC. And I'm going to show you how. You need to have a support phone number in your online store right here in the footer. And also make sure you add it in the contact us page, and you want to have a real business address. This is a UK brand, so they are showcasing their address and you should be doing that too. It's just going to create much more trust in Google's eyes, and this is a must. This is not a nice to have. So make sure you have the email showcased in your footer. Make sure you have a real address. Also, if you go in the contact us page, here we have a contact form, and also here we showcase literally copy paste and put it in your contact us. Also here in the document that I created, you can read this if you're dropshipping. So it works also for dropshippers, because I heard so many people saying that dropshipping doesn't work with Google Ads, which is totally false. We have a lot of clients that are dropshipping and they're doing just fine. Okay, now let's go to our Google Merchant Center. Probably some of the parts you're gonna see blurred because we are protecting our client. Now we are in Google Merchant Center, and here what you want to do, you want to go to shipping and returns. This is the first step that you want to do. So we have here shipping and delivery policy. By the way, you have a track your order, or you can create another separate tab, like another page, like track your order, and you can have like an app that can do that. And I'm sure that there are a few app extensions on Shopify that can do that, or you can just add some links here. Also, some things to keep in mind when you are writing your shipping policy. Make sure you have handling time and delivery time as being separate, and I'm going to show you in a second why. So here, from the moment that a person places an order, we explain clearly that it takes 1 to 2 days for the orders to be handled, and then once they are shipped, it takes 5 to 7 days for the order to get to their home or to that dropping place. Make sure you talk about international shipping if you're doing it. And also make sure you add a support email, whatever you're gonna name it, but make sure you have one. And make sure you have it as descriptive as possible. Don't just generate with Shopify. If you're using Shopify, don't just generate a shipping policy, a return policy. It's not just enough. Make sure you actually work on it. And how to do it, like how to customize it. Just go on big websites like Gymshark and all other big brands that you see and you know clearly that they are running Google Ads, and just read their policy. Don't copy paste, but more like extract the information and try to put it in your shipping policy in your own words if possible. And also to help you, you can use Gemini or ChatGPT to generate it. But again, make sure you don't copy paste. You actually copy, and then when you paste it, you try to edit as much as you can. Now we are here in the Merchant Center. We go here to our settings button, and then we press shipping and returns. And here I already have one, but I'm going to show you how to add one yourself. So let's say that this one is going to be UK service area. Again, UK, we have it here. Pounds as a currency. Delivery location, most of the time is going to be at customer address, and you press next. So here we see order cutoff time. We are gonna put, let's say, London, and order cutoff time is let's say that you no longer fulfill orders after 6 p.m. That's perfectly fine. You just add it here. This is not going to be showcased to your customers. It's going to be in the backend of Google. Just some minimal details. Now, this is important. You have here order handling time. I already showed you. Handling time, we put 1 and 2 days. Here, very important, if you're only handling your orders from Monday to Friday, which is perfectly fine, you just add it here. If you do it Monday to Sunday, it's perfect. I'm gonna add Monday to Friday. Now we have transit time, and here Google gives you more information, so you actually know what to do. But here we have delivery time, so it's gonna be 5 to 7 days, Monday to Friday, and you just press next, and that's basically it. Here, in our case, we offer free shipping, and it's clearly stated here. If you have free shipping over, let's say 50 pounds, $50, just make sure you add this one here, but make sure you have it clearly stated in your shipping policy. So if you would have like free shipping in UK or worldwide over 50 pounds or 50 euros, $50, whatever, I would just add it this one here, and then you can just enter here and complete this, and boom, you have this. If you have a flat rate, like every order is 5 pounds, 5 euros, $5, you just come here, plus we put a flat rate, and that's basically perfectly fine. For this example, we are going to have free shipping. You should have free shipping, usually entices the customer to finish the purchase, and you just press save. By the way, this is a hack. The free shipping, everybody talks about it, but it does make a difference. When you offer free shipping versus not free shipping, like we tested with multiple clients to make a test, like A/B testing, and usually the conversion rate was better with free shipping. Now we have everything done. You added a shipping service, and as you can see, we can just exit. Now we fixed our shipping. We have it here. It's UK. Everything's fine. Now we want to go to returns. And this one is equally as important. We want to go here. Again, make sure you have return and refund policy clearly stated. You want to state exactly how many days the customer has to ask for a refund from the moment that they got the product. You want to clearly state again your support email, and if you have a physical address that people can send the product to, you just add it here, and we have it here. That's perfectly fine. This is for returns. For refunds, you want to specify how they are gonna get their money back. Here we have, for example, the refunds will be sent directly to the exact card, and that's perfectly fine. Again, if you have like a guarantee, add it here. It's amazing. You want to talk about exchanges and also damages and other issues. Now we go to our return policy, and we already have one for United Kingdom. We're gonna add, let's say, for US, so United States. This is very important. You go to your refund policy URL page and just paste it here. Here you want to clearly state if you accept or if you do not accept. Make sure you take the best one that fits your business. In our case, we accept returns. How many days do customers have to return the product? Here we have 30 days. If you have 14 days or more, it's perfect. Number of days, 30 days. This is a nice to have. If you can extend the time for the return policy, like make sure that they have like 30 days, but if something happens, you can add like 15 more days. Google likes that, and that's actually going to help you in the shopping experience scorecard if you are selling in US, which I'm going to go over in a little bit. But it's optional, it's not a must, so you can just quickly press next if you don't. Now, how can customer return your products? In our case, it's by mail. So how will customers get the return label? This is up to your business. In our case, we add it in the box. We have everything in the box. So for customer remorse, but I've seen businesses doing customer responsibility, and it does the job. It's perfectly fine. Cool. We press next, product condition, select the product condition, and we press new. We only accept new products to be returned. We press next. Now select the currency that applies to this policy. It's in USD because it's for USA. The restocking fee, most probably you're not gonna have one. How much will customer pay for return shipping? Also make sure that you clearly state this. We stated that it's free, so it's no cost for them. For customer remorse, again, no cost, and you just press next. And most of the times you're gonna have the same as in my case. I confirm that the information provided here matches the return policy in my website. You take this one and then you just press done and you're good to go. Fantastic. Congratulations. You just set up the shipping and the return policies in Google Merchant Center. Now you should be very much protected, but we have one more step though. You want to come here, press settings, and then you go to business information. And by the way, if you're using Google Merchant Center Next, I highly suggest you to move back to the classic Google Merchant Center. Is going to offer you much more flexibility. And with Google Merchant Center Next, you wouldn't be able to set up the review feed, which I'm going to go over. So in order to switch back to this one, to the classical one, you press help and then help center and support. And here you go search help and let's say put next. So you're gonna find here, I want to switch to the classic Merchant Center. Then you're just gonna follow it. It's very easy. It will take you like 1 minute and then boom, you'll be good to go here. Cool. Now we are here in the business information page. We want to add the same information that we have in the footer and every information to be as accurate as possible. You want to add your business display name. You want to have the real business address. As you can see, it's literally the exact same one. Then you want to verify your phone number. So make sure that you are putting your real phone number or your real support phone number, and they are gonna either call you or message you. It happens, they just decide what to do. Sometimes Google just makes quick changes and they're just verifying in a different way. In our case, it was just a message, it's an SMS. And then we added a code and then we were good to go. Then you're gonna have here customer service contact for shopping ads. You're gonna add as a URL the big, like the homepage. You want to go to your homepage, you're gonna copy this, and then you're gonna come here, you're gonna add it as a URL. Then email, you're gonna have either, we have info or support, like we have 2 emails. Make sure you add one of them, and you add the same phone number from here. You're gonna add it here and you're good to go. If you're not from Korea, then you're gonna ignore this part. And then you're gonna have a button here that says save. You're gonna save and you'll be good to go. So it's that easy. Now we go to website. You want to verify this as well. You're gonna add your homepage URL and then you're just gonna press like 2 buttons. I think you're gonna have to go to your email to verify this, to claim this, and then you'll be good to go. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. So by having this in your store, all the steps that I showed you, you're gonna be protected from bans. And I'm seeing a lot of people being banned for misrepresentation. Well, this is how you can avoid it. It's that easy. But if you somehow are experiencing misrepresentation problem, then you can check this checklist because it goes a little bit deeper. There are little things that you need to check. Maybe Google doesn't like something from your privacy policy or terms and conditions. You just want to follow that checklist, fix everything that is there, and you'll be good to go. So this is quite a hidden link, I would say. I just added it in here. If you're dealing with misrepresentation, you just, after you implemented everything that I told you and you are following this checklist right here, then I would suggest you to go here and then you're going to be able to submit a form and appeal in usually 1 day, 2 days. They're gonna come back to you and hopefully your suspension will be lifted. Now we know how to properly set up your GMC. Let's move on to how to optimize your product title feed. Here we have 3 main things that you can do, but I would like to go over more over the shoulder so you can see how to actually do this. But first I'm gonna go through them. If you sell in the same country, go to Google and search how your customer would search for a product. Like in our case, we are selling leather wallet, and this is more like a personalized gift. You would just go on Google and type the exact product that you are selling. Then you want to study specifically the first 5 competitors that appear on the shopping side, and you want to study everything. And right now we are going to focus on the title. How do they frame their titles? What specific things that you find there? Like, is the color? There are some specific keywords, like in our example would be bifold, trifold, leather wallet, or it's destined for women, it's destined for men. They specify everything in their title. You want to note them down, take notes, and you gather more information. You maybe can even go to look in Australia. Like let's say you sell in UK, but you want to check how is the feed looking in Australia for the same keyword. then you can come here and use iSearchFrom.com, or you can use a VPN, but iSearchFrom.com, it's just a free tool. And you would just select the country like Australia or US, and you would just type bifold leather wallet for men, and then you would just see how the feed looks there. And you can gather more information, and by doing that, you come back into your Google Merchant Center and you're just gonna edit your title, and you're gonna update it depending on your research that you've done. So I already kind of like explained everything. It's the same process if you sell to other countries, like maybe you're drop shipping. Instead of using a VPN, go to iSearchFrom.com and you're just gonna see how it's gonna be. Let me go over. I wanna just quickly show. So country, let's say that we want United Kingdom here, and we are gonna have leather wallet, or let me go bifold leather wallet for men. Cool. We press search, and then here we can see how other advertisers are having their products showcased. You can notice many things, not just the title. It's like, do they have reviews? Do they have more lifestyle photos? And then you can realize if the niche has more like lifestyle photos, then you can differentiate yourself with a white background. Or if the niche has just white background photos, you can just come in here and boom, you can add a lifestyle photo that looks much better and makes you stand out. And here we can see we have leather, handmade, tartan linen, Italian leather wallet. Okay, so we take notes. We can see what we can extract from here and use in our own title feed. And then here we have the name of the brand. We see and we check if our brand is well recognized or not. We see if it actually makes sense to put it in the first. Quick tip: if your brand is not so well known, it's quite recent, barely has like 100, 200 searches per month, like organically, put your brand title in the last part of the title. So you're not Nike in this case. Maybe this brand is well known in their space. I'm not sure. They added in here because maybe it makes sense for them. Here we have the same, like black leather men's. They specify that it's for men. They specify the color, and they specify it's billfold wallet. And here we have Osprey London in the final part of the title. This is a good, well optimized title. That's why it's showing in the first places. All right. Here we can study what CSS are they using, and I'm gonna go over CSS a little bit later. Like they're using it by Google, or they have a custom CSS. If you're selling in EU, I recommend you to use a custom CSS, not by Google. Okay, so basically you can just extract a lot of information, go in Simprocess or on your Google Merchant Center, and you can just edit your title accordingly. Make sure you maximize, you have 150 characters that you can leverage. Don't just put like black leather men's wallet and your brand name. Make sure that you add, even this one can be even add like a little bit more details. I think that they have like around 100 characters. They have still 50 more characters that they can add in here. So make sure you leverage everything and you add as much accurate information about your product, and don't just stuff keywords. Like if you're selling toys, like toys for kids, gift for kids, make sure that it sounds smooth. And pro tip, use Gemini, and ChatGPT as a little helper, so you can just structure and get more ideas about how you can frame your titles. All right, there is a third method, which is again very powerful. If you already are running shopping ads, you want to go to your Google Ads dashboard, and then you want to go to Insights and Reports, and then Search Terms. This applies for shopping ads and PMAX. PMAX is highly similar. I'm going to show you how to do it in both ways. So you are here in Search Terms. Now, Insights, Reports, Search Terms. We are having here a lot of data about how people found us online and how they managed to make a purchase. Now here you want to have clicks, impressions, like you want to have it structured just like me. It just makes things much better. If you don't have it like the metrics showcase like me, you can just go to columns. And if you're going to go to columns, I already have one set it up. You're going to go to first performance. Make sure you have these things clicked just like me. And conversions, you want to have conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate, conversion value by cost. This is going to be very helpful for you in the future. So yeah, you just press save and apply, and then boom, you're going to have one. Cool. Now, then you filter by conversions, and then you're going to see here how people actually manage to find you and purchase from you. And we see here how they framed their keywords in Google, how they managed to type. And then you're going to see we have here, I'm not going to actually read because I want to protect my customer data. But here you can take a look, and we see that this keyword The first one bring us like 9 conversions. This is in the last month. Then we know that this one is highly relevant. What we want to do, we take a spreadsheet, we put it in like our notes or in a CSV file, just copy, we put it there. Then you just research a little bit more. You see which one. This one is highly similar to the first one that we have here. We have in a different formulation for the search query. Then you just look around and you see which one triggered conversions. This is basically what you gotta do. Just study them, how people framed, and then you're just gonna copy them because they are relevant to you. You're gonna put them in a CSV file. And then you want to go over in your SIM process in the most important product or the main product, the main revenue drivers for your business, and you want to prioritize them. You want to put, let's say, this is what I did for my client right here. So we got like 9 conversions, and then I prioritized the first search term. I put it in the beginning of my title. This is literally what you gotta do one-on-one. And at the same time, I help myself with Gemini, with ChatGPT, and this is optimization, title feed optimization 101. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of research, but it's very much worth it. After 1 month since we took on this specific brand, I was just checking this brand that I was like showcasing is from France. So I'm just gonna do another quick search, or I have it here open. So let's say that this is the product that they are selling. The feed title wasn't optimized at all. Like it was just something very blank, took word by word from their website, and this is how they were showing up. When somebody was searching for their product, we couldn't even find it here at all. Like their products were somewhere around here, and people barely were finding them. After they were optimized 1 month later, when somebody was searching for the main product, for the main search term that we optimized in the beginning of the month, we were seeing here that 5 or 6 of our products were in the beginning, and we were dominating the niche. This is the cause and effect of doing title feed optimization. It increases the relevancy, and you're just gonna appear on more relevant searches in front of your competitors. And by doing that, you're just gonna make more money. And also there are more things related, and I'm gonna go over like promotion or reviews. It increases the click-through rate and obviously automatically increases the conversion rate if your website is well optimized, has good photos, good copy, and all the good stuff. Now we know how to actually optimize our product title feed, and a little bit I actually talked also about photo optimization. Now we are gonna go over what the heck is Google Shopping Experience Scorecard. This applies only for US. This is the documentation, but I want to go over in a live account so you can see how you can get there, how you can study, and what you can improve. You go from a Google Merchant Center dashboard, you go to growth, and then you go to Shopping Experience Scorecard. This is a new feature that has been added recently. So most of our clients are having an exceptional quality score that are selling in US, and the benefits are huge. First, you get the top quality store badge. Okay, looks really nice, but the good stuff is that you rank higher in shopping results organically and also paid. Like imagine you're doing all the feed optimization, you're trying to have the best media buying strategy, but you just by optimizing the backend of Google, you're just gonna get lower CPCs and overall better results, and you're gonna be in front of your competition because you're following this. So what I'm gonna show you is very, very powerful. Make sure you try to optimize it as much as you can, because there are things that you cannot improve in terms of like logistics, like delivery cost. Okay, this one maybe you can control, but like in terms of like delivery time, maybe you cannot do faster shipping, but still it would be ideal. Like Google actually shows you here 5 to 4 days shipping delivery time is amazing for them. We have 7.7, and still it's a 9 out of 10, which is fantastic. And this one is so high probably because of the delivery cost, which is if you're going to offer a free one, it's going to be amazing. Again, you want to have a good return experience. Return cost is 0, which is exceptional. Return window, it's great, it's not exceptional, and we have 30 days. That's why I said in the beginning of the video that if you can do more, like with an extended, then a supplementary one besides the 30-day one, it's gonna be much better for this specific part with the return experience. They even suggest you here stuff, add free shipping threshold to make sure that it becomes like exceptional, and browsing experience. This is in beta, but you want to have high resolution photos. Here we have like 93%. Images per offer. You want to offer as many images as you humanly possibly can, more than 8 if you can. In our case is exceptional. The purchase experience, we don't have any promotion at the moment, so we can improve on this one. And you want to offer as many ways of payment, like you want to have PayPal, Google Wallet, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay. This one is fair, but again, we can offer much more, and it would be ideal for you to use Klarna, to use as many as you humanly possibly can, more than 4. So again, you can improve on this side. Website speed on desktop. We can see here how fast Google already analyzes you. This is a new thing that has been added recently. So Google takes in consideration also your speed, your resolution, the UI, UX, like what's the customer experience. And they are doing that by also analyzing heat maps. They have integrated heat maps, and they check automatically, an AI checks how is the customer behavior on your website. And here the last thing is the seller rating, which takes like a few minutes to set up. I already asked our clients to complete this up, so it's going to be done very soon. Now here you can see all the Google recommendations that Google will have for you, and if you don't have exceptional, you're going to have much more here things to do. So yeah, that's basically what you got to do. If you have a good one and you move to great, then you're going to notice some differences, like you're going to start to rank higher. It doesn't happen over time, it happens like 10-14 days. You're going to notice some differences, but when you get to exceptional, that's when the magic happens. And also as a bonus, you get early access to some features, which is really cool. So that's all about shopping experience scorecard. Let's move on to the next thing. This is going to be very good for us. We tested for many clients and it's insane. I'm not going to go super deep into it. I'm just going to explain it a little bit. But if you're selling in Europe and you're spending, for example, 10K in ads, and if you're using a CSS from Google, just so you know, 20% will go to Google. It's actually not going to go in your auction, so in your ads. And if this sounds weird, let me go over a little bit. You can check your CSS if you're selling in Europe. You can check your CSS by going Google Merchant Center, and you go here. You're going to see under your email, under your ID, you're going to find CSS, and you're going to see if it's by Google or by some other partners. If you haven't heard yet about the CSS, then you're probably going to have the one from Google, which is the standard one. So again, this doesn't apply to USA, only to Europe. There were a few things a few years ago. Google has been sued with a few millions. I'm not sure exactly what is the number, and it's related with data privacy, GDPR. And since then, a lot of CSS, which stands for comparison shopping service providers, appeared on the market. And basically every CSS has their own pricing structure. Google decided to add 20% more on the cost per clicks, and other CSS, they just have like a monthly subscription, which is like for Accessor, my favorite one, which is owned by one of my friends, Victor. Amazing guy. I'm not affiliated with Accessor, or maybe I will talk with Victor. Right now I'm not affiliated, but probably I'm gonna ask for an affiliate link that you're probably gonna have in the description. But yeah, a great company. I'm gonna go over just so you can learn how the heck this works. So you bid €1 on a product search query. If you go with a CSS provider like Accessor, you win the auction. You win the auction with a bid of like €1. But if you are using just Google CSS, then you win the bid with €1, but Google takes 1.2 from you, and you don't even notice how is this happening. It just shows like a bigger number in your cost per click. But when you use CSS like Accessor, you just pay exactly the amount that you should pay actually in the auction. Like you can just imagine you pay 10K in ads, but 2K goes to Google just because. And this is just an example. Imagine what's happening when you are spending like 100K and you're not using one, like 20 grand goes to Google, just like this. This is how they make their money. Now you can read this out. You can see how this works. I added this photos to give you more details, but you can see in the auction, let's say here, I'm gonna go back to this example. Here we can see that this product, they are very smart. They use the CSS, but this one, they are paying more on Google. Just like this, you can notice and analyze which one is like, which marketing agency is actually doing a good job for their own client. And for example, Bellroy, it's a big in this niche, and I know because I did my research, and they're just overpaying on Google. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm not gonna stay so much and talk about this part. But yeah, just check it out on your own and go and save some money. Cool. Now, next thing that we're gonna go over is how to add promotions and reviews on your shopping feed. To add promotions and reviews, you have to go in your Google Merchant Center dashboard. You want to go to growth and then manage programs. Now here you want to make sure that you have, of course, dynamic remarketing enabled, shopping ads active, free product listings active. Here you want to go and activate promotions, which is enabled, and product ratings, which we should do it very, very soon. Now, every aggregator from Shopify has an option to enable it, and every single one has like their own tutorial. For my favorite one, I'm gonna just show you. It's judge.me. This is the easiest one that I found, and I added here a step-by-step tutorial, which you can check it out on your own. But basically you want to click get started, which you're gonna be taken over to your product ratings. It's a form that you have to apply, and you want to reply like this. Do you work with an approved third-party reviews aggregator? Yes, but we are gonna press the second one. Yes, but I would like to submit the feed by myself. Cool. Now, what types of products do you collect reviews for? This depends, again, services, physical, whatever, but we are gonna put physical and digital and services, like we're gonna have them all, just because we are gonna cover everything just in case. Do you currently have more than 50 reviews? This is a must. Like, your reviews won't be approved and you're not going to be able to showcase them just after you have more than 50 reviews across your whole website. So here in our case we have, so here they are going to ask for your merchant name, which you can find right here. It's right after that long number. Okay, then you copy paste, and they are going to ask for your merchant center account ID is this number that you are going to copy. Again, you're going to paste it here. You're going to put your homepage URL, which is, let's say in our case, is this one. We're just gonna copy, come here, you're gonna paste it. Then you're gonna put your name, your email address, and here they ask, do you use a comparison shopping service? And you just press yes or no, depending if you're using it or not. In our example, because this is for a US client, we are just gonna press no, and then you're gonna press submit. After you press submit, like in 1 hour, or let's say from 1 hour, I've seen from 1 hour to like 1 day, you're gonna find here under marketing, you're gonna see, okay, we have promotions, which you can find, but you're also gonna find the reviews. Let me go over in one client that has this review tab here open, so you can see exactly how to add one, which is very, very easy. So don't have promotions for this brand. We're gonna go to product reviews, and here you're gonna see all reviews. You want to go to review feeds, and then you're gonna press the big blue button. Once it loads, you're gonna see that I already have one added. I'm just gonna do one dummy for this sake of this tutorial. I'm gonna type reviews. You want to have schedule fetched, and then here, very important things. Make sure right now that you go on Judge.me and you follow, like if you use Judge.me or if you use Looks, Ali reviews, whatever you're using, just make sure you type either on their website and you check out how to link reviews to Google Ads, or you can just type on Google, basically the same, and you're gonna find tutorials either on YouTube, either they're gonna be blog posts that they have. It should be fairly easy, but make sure you take the file name that they are gonna provide. It's gonna be like something related with XML, I suppose. You're gonna see what I'm talking about once you're gonna go over that tutorial from Judge.me. Make sure it's gonna be daily, pickup time 0, so you want to be updated like 24 hours, like every 24 hours, and you're gonna add your file URL, which they're gonna be provided. Like, don't worry, it's actually very easy. It's just a big long ass URL that you have to add. Then you're gonna press get on, and you're gonna press save, and you are good to go. In usually 1 to 2 weeks, your reviews are gonna be showcased on Google, and you would like to just do a test again from this website, or you just search on Google, and you're gonna see if your product reviews are showcased in there. So, day two of my intensive Google Ads training. Today is going to be a fun one. We are going to learn about how to structure your Google Ads campaigns. So, first things first, I want to go over the bulletproof strategy that we use for our clients. I want to teach you how to structure your Google Ads campaigns with some examples that are going to be visual, because myself, I am a visual learner, and this is how I like to teach other people. I'm going to show you when to introduce new campaigns, and I'm also going to talk about zombie strategy, which is going to come in handy when you want to scale. Cool. Now, the bulletproof strategy is very simple. I like to see it in layers, and here we are having like a 5-layer. So we have the first layer, which is demand creation, is in the top of funnel. The second one is demand capture, which is middle and bottom of funnel. Then nurture phase, which is bottom of funnel. Collection and protection, bottom of funnel. And then profit expansion, bottom of funnel. This one is in the bottom of funnel. Not a lot of people are actually talking about, especially when it comes to Google Ads, and I'm gonna cover it very soon. Now let's go deeper into each layer. So what are we doing with demand creation? We are hijacking attention and generating demand out of thin air. And I want you to think of this just like Facebook ads, but we do it with Google Ads. And how can we do it? Is with YouTube ads and YouTube Shorts. We want to take your winning creatives from Facebook and TikTok and want to reuse them on YouTube as well. Or what we can do is just put them straight on YouTube if you don't want to use Facebook ads or TikTok ads, and we are just going to test them just like they are. But if you are just going to use your plain creatives that you have not being tested on Facebook, it's just going to take a little bit longer to find some winners. You can also use some PMAX, so keep this in mind. This depends on the volume of conversions to infuse top of funnel traffic through display. But I recommend to use PMAX for top of funnel, like a full build type of PMAX, when you have high quality creatives, like good photos and good videos as well. The second layer is going to be demand capture. And this one is pretty self-explanatory. Like, we want to capture the intent of people looking for what we are already selling. And how can we do this is with standard shopping ads. The next one is PMAX. This is depending on the volume of conversions. And here I recommend you using a feed only PMAX or a so-called naked PMAX, how other people like to call it. The next one is going to be high intent responsive search ads. And the last one is DSAs, like dynamic search ads. Now, the third layer is the nurture. What are we doing here? We show ads to people who have already shown interest or engaged with our brand but haven't converted yet. And here we can segment and target with many levels, like people that reach checkout but didn't purchase, visitors that didn't purchase, or people that stayed over 1 minute but didn't finish the purchase. So we have many ways of targeting based on different segments. Now, how can we do this? We use dynamic display remarketing ads, which is my favorite so far. We can use retargeting shopping ads, or we can use retargeting YouTube ads. We started recently to apply this to our clients, and we are seeing pretty good results. We take the same creatives that we have in the top of funnel and we just reuse them as retargeting. So easy as that. Now, the fourth layer is collection and protection. What are we doing here? We make sure we appear in front of people who are searching for our brand name. So we want to protect our brand name keyword from competitors who are already trying to steal our traffic. So when you start to run ads, after a while, a lot of competitors are going to start to bid on your keyword, trying to steal your traffic. What we want to do here, we want to protect ourselves. And this type of campaign, the brand search campaign, has many benefits. Things like personalized messaging that you don't have access when you're just relying only on SEO, more real estate on search side, and also you can study brand awareness growth month to month or year to year. So very powerful benefits. Now, the last one is profit expansion, and almost nobody is talking about this. And here we want to offer to our existing customers things like cross-sells, upsells, new product launches, upcoming promotions, reorders. And I want you to think of this like email marketing or SMS, but with Google Ads. And how can we do this? We create specific segment of existing customers. Uploading customer lists is going to help as well. But we are going to rely on classic display campaigns, demand gen campaigns, and YouTube ads. So yeah, that's basically the strategy in a nutshell. Now we're going to go over how we can structure our Google Ads campaigns. And here I have 3 examples for you guys. One, it's a fashion brand selling jeans, dresses, t-shirts, hoodies, spending 50K a month. The second one is going to be a high ticket store selling saunas, spending around 30K per month. And the last one is going to be a one product store selling solar rechargeable power bank. spending 15K per month. And here I already, if you don't have this budget, I kind of like prepared a little bit of a strategy or mini strategy for you, which you can like check it out on your own. By the way, you can have this document for free by checking the link down below. So we have our first campaign, which is going to be a bestseller PMAX. And here you can have like a one asset group. Again, if you don't have high quality images and videos like creatives, just use a feed only PMAX. It will be more than enough for you. If you're using a feed only PMAX, I recommend you to have just one asset group. Let's say that you have 7, 8 products, it's more than enough. But if you're having a full build PMAX with copy, photos, and all the other stuff, then I would recommend you to split every asset group per product. Like you're gonna have one asset group with one product inside, and then you're gonna have for each individual product one asset group, and you're gonna create tailored copy specifically for that. This is how you are gonna maximize the amount of potential of making money out of that winners. This is if you're doing again a full build type of PMAX. Now the second campaign is gonna be with the rest of your products. This type of campaign is gonna be segmented by product category or by brand. And what do I mean by this? Let's say that this fashion brand is a reseller, and we are reselling brands like, I don't know, I'm just saying right now from the top of my mind, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Zara, whatever. We are going to have like 3 asset groups in here. One is going to be Louis Vuitton, second one is going to be Gucci, and the third one is going to be Zara. I hope that you got the point. But we can also segment them by jeans, dresses, and the third one is going to be t-shirts, and then the fourth one is going to be hoodies. And this is basically it. You don't need more than 2 PMAX, honestly. Like I'm seeing a lot of people making the mistake to overspreading themselves to many other PMAX. Having a dedicated PMAX for each product category is not really necessary. This over segmentation strategy I recommend you to do when you're running shopping ads. This is usually how I like personally to organize. Now, as a third type of campaign, we are going to have a catch-all standard shopping campaign. And we are creating this campaign because you're going to notice that PMAX leaves some holes, and the standard shopping campaign comes like a plan B, and it's come like a shovel and gathers the conversion that PMAX missed on taking. And we are going to have ad groups again segmented by category or by brand. Perfect. Now we move on to prospecting generic search campaign. And here you're going to target generic keywords. Obviously, this campaign is going to have like a lower daily budget. And you want to segment your ad groups by search themes or by product category. Like you're going to have, again, jeans, dresses, hoodies. But if you want to be a little bit more specific with your copy, let's say that you have a lot of dresses in your campaign. Like you're selling sexy night dresses, like evening dresses, and you're selling summer dresses as well. And you want to have a specific copy, then I would suggest you to split the dresses ad groups into and create tailored copy and target only those keywords. Like this one is going to be dedicated to summer dresses and everything that is related with summer dresses. And the next one is going to be dedicated to sexy dresses, night dresses, stuff like that. I hope that this one is very clear for you guys. Also, in terms of copy, in the 6-day or module of this training, I'm going to share with you a very powerful tool to write better copy when it comes to, like, if you want to write with Gemini or ChatGPT, but also I'm going to share with you a spreadsheet. This is going to help you structure your copy based on many factors. Like you're going to love it. Anyway, what I would do here in each ad group, I would create 3 ads and they are going to have a different tailored copy. For example, this one is going to be more maybe feature oriented. The second one is going to be more benefit oriented. And this one is going to be with more urgency or a little bit more salesy. So you want to A/B test by 2 weekly basis, let's say, new ads inside of each ad group. Like you want to A/B test something like this. This is the psychology of A/B testing. You have 3 ads, you see which one brings you bigger volume of conversions, and you're looking at the cost per conversion of each individual one, also ROAS and other metrics. You're going to start to, I'm in this example, in this tutorial, I'm like assuming that you know how to read metrics. So what you would see for after like 2 or 3 weeks, let's say that the ad 3 brings you like better cost per conversion, a lot of conversions in comparison to the others, and the other ones are like underperforming. I would shut these 2 off and I would create 2 variations of the ad 3. I will leave it for like 2 weeks and then I would let it run and come back in like 2 weeks and see which one performed. And by doing this, I'm like, with every ad group, you repeating this from like 2 weeks to 2 weeks, you're going to manage to cut the costs almost in half. We managed to do it for one specific line just by modifying the copy, nothing else. And the campaign is just going to perform much, much better. So this is how you A/B test with Google Ads, adding a little bonus for you guys. And also at the same time, make sure that you optimize by adding negatives and all the other good stuff when it comes to search ads. Cool. Now, moving on to the next campaign, are having one dynamic display remarketing campaign with one ad group and one ad inside. Here, I would create a segment that is going to be, let's say, people that visited our site but didn't finish a purchase in the last 90 days or 120 days. And by doing that, you're going to only advertise to the right people. Like, you don't want to target all visitors 90 days or 120 days because you don't want to waste any clicks or impression. Now, the next one is going to be a brand protection campaign. They already explained what are the benefits. This one is very easy. One ad group, 3 ads inside, apply the same psychology, create different copy and test it out to see which one brings you better costs, and just continuously A/B test. This campaign should bring you huge ROAS. It's going to be a little bit harder, I would say, to A/B test in comparison to this one, but still it's worth to try with applying the same psychology that I explained here when it comes to A/B testing. Now, the last but not least is the YouTube Shorts campaign. And here I recommend you to have one audience per campaign and one ad group and 3 to 5 ads inside of the campaign, so you can actually manage to properly find your winners. After you find your winners, you shut the others one off. Let's say that you have like 2 that are crushing, turn off the others, and maybe if you want to in the future, maybe add another one, which is like the same psychology as A/B testing is here, and then you're just gonna manage to scale. But the most important factor is the fact that you're gonna have one audience per campaign, and by having just one audience, it's gonna be just much easier for you to manage your ads. You're gonna have a lot of clarity, and it's just gonna make things much easier. This is how we do it for our clients, and it just works phenomenal. Now, moving on to the next example. This is going to be actually the third one that I want to go over. Let's go to the second one, the high ticket store selling saunas. Now, here I'm going to recommend you to have a standard shopping campaign. You can have multiple, because on this one, it's actually quite okay to segment your standard shopping campaigns by category, or you can have less standard shopping campaigns and you can spread in ad groups by category. And I would recommend you to create as many standard shopping campaign or as many ad groups inside of those campaigns based on how many categories you have, but try to not spread too thin with your budget, right? So if you're just selling, like in this example, let's say that this high ticket store is selling like infrared saunas and traditional saunas. I would recommend them to have like one standard shopping campaign with 2 ad groups inside. And inside of this one, I would recommend them to add their higher ticket products inside and higher margins. Like, it doesn't make any sense for them if they are selling like a sauna or let's say some kind of other product that it's like 200 or 100 or like 50 euros or dollars. Meanwhile, they are selling like a 14 grand product. So you want to make sure that you're only adding your higher margin ones. And if you still like, if you have like lower ticket products in your store, I would recommend you to create a different standard shopping campaign and adding those in there to find some winners as well. Now, I'm going to go over the next campaign, which is going to be a zombie PMAX campaign. And here, let me explain the heck is this. So after 30 to 45 days, you'll notice that this specific campaign found some winners, like spend most of the budget on like 5 to 10 products. And after checking that, you want to look out for those products we didn't spend much more than like $3. Then when you find them, you want to turn them off and put them all into one PMAX to maximize conversion value and a $50 minimum daily spend. And by doing this, you'll discover new winners that you can scale. And by doing that, you will manage to scale horizontally and vertically as well. And the same happens with this PMAX. After, let's say, 1 month or 2 months, you're going to see that that specific campaign actually found its winners. Like, let's say that we had 5 winners from that zombie campaign. We create another zombie campaign with those products that didn't manage to spend a lot. And then we find winners inside of that campaign. It's like a domino effect. And you try to juice the most amount of money from each product. But remember that on Google, not all products are going to convert. So you want to shut off the products that are spending a lot, but they are unprofitable, because the goal is to find those 20% of the products that bring 80% of the results, right? Now, the next type of campaign is going to be, again, a prospecting generic search campaign. We already discussed about this one, pretty easy. We are going to have a dynamic display remarketing campaign, a brand protection campaign, which is the same, and a DSA, which you want to have like a site-wide ad group inside. Or if you want to be even more, a little bit more granular, you can create another ad group and just targeting one specific product category. And that's basically it. This is the strategy, guys. So not so fancy. It's actually pretty easy. If you're not spending so much, I would recommend you to stick with less campaigns, going mostly with shopping, then a little bit of PMAX, and a must would be the brand protection campaign. And as you scale your budget, you start to become much more profitable. I would recommend you to add PSA and prospecting generic search campaign. And when you, let's say that you have like a 4 or 5K spent per month, I would recommend you to add one dynamic display remarketing campaign and you'll be good to go. That's basically the structure. Now, moving on to our third brand, which is the one product store. So here we can even be more granular. And what do I mean by this? We are going to have one standard shopping campaign that is going to be a non-branded campaign, and the other one is going to be a standard shopping with branded traffic. And what do I mean by this? We're going to do two things. First thing, we are going to create one negative keyword list with our brand name. Let's say that our one product store is called Rocket, and we are going to add that negative keyword list in here, and we are going to only show up for generic keywords or like high intent keywords. On the other side, we are going to exclude with exact matches and phrase matches keywords that are more generic and they are not related to our brand. Like, let's say that when somebody searches solar rechargeable power bank and it appears in the search term reports in this campaign, we want to exclude it as a negative, and we are going to only let searches that are like rocket solar power bank, rocket power bank. We are going to only let those queries like to show up for. And every single day you go in this campaign and you add a shit ton of negatives on the campaign level, or you're going to create a separate negative keyword list. This is going to be a little bit more advanced, but we have seen for our clients amazing results with this strategy. We can even go a little bit more advanced and you can duplicate the initial product. You have like two product feeds. One is going to be with a title that is going to be more optimized for brand. It's going to have the brand as being in the front of the title, and then the other one is going to be oriented more to generic keywords, and it's going to even not have the brand name in their title, or it's going to have it in the final part of the title. And also this campaign is going to have a high priority and this campaign is going to have a low priority. So I hope that it makes sense for you guys. Okay, now the next campaign is going to be a prospecting generic search campaign. Same story as the other ones. A dynamic display remarketing campaign and brand protection campaign and a YouTube shorts campaign. So it's quite similar to the other ones. It's just standard shopping. So yeah, that's basically the structure when it comes to Google Ads. It's not as hard as it seems. You just have to see which one actually fits for your brand. And of course, when you're not at this level of the spend, I would recommend you to start with some quick wins, like the campaigns that you know that are going to be much more profitable early on. And here, I mean, these two guys and this campaign. So you can actually train the algorithm, switch to automatic bidding strategies, and later down the line, adding this campaign, and these type of campaigns. So yeah, I hope that it makes sense for you guys. Now, when to introduce new campaigns? The short answer is when you have cash flow, and it depends highly with your budget. If you're spending under 10K per month, most probably you won't need so much top of funnel or bottom of funnel because you haven't maxed out on middle of funnel or bottom of funnel as well. Now, the zombie strategy, I already talked about it. You can have it here. It goes a little bit more of a step-by-step. Okay, so day 3 of my free intensive Google Ads training. Today is going to be a short one. We're going to go over what bidding strategy to use, when, and why. So first, I'm going to go over every bidding strategy and I'm going to explain it one by one. Manual CPC. You tell Google the exact maximum amount you're willing to pay for each click. This one is very simple. eCPC or enhanced CPC, you set the maximum bid, which is quite similar to manual CPC, but here you rely on AI and Google will adjust your bids slightly a little bit based on conversion probability. So let's say that you have your enhanced CPC set up to like 60 cents and Google thinks that at 70 cents you might get the conversion, and then he's going to slightly raise it a little bit so you actually increase the potential of getting that conversion. Usually I use that. Unfortunately, Google is going to remove this year, 2024. The next one is maximize clicks. Google sets bids to maximize clicks within your budget using historical data and real-time trends. Now, if you use this one, make sure you add a bid cap because otherwise Google will burn your budget very, very quickly. And in case you don't know how to use manual CPC, I would actually recommend you to start with maximize clicks with most of your campaigns, just because Google is going to do the heavy lifting for you, and they are very similar when you know what bid cap to add. Right. So the next one is maximize conversions. Google sets bids to get you the most amount of conversions possible within your budget, regardless of cost. This one is very good, especially in the beginning, but at scale, I don't actually recommend it. The next one, maximize conversion value, my second favorite of them all. Google prioritizes bids that lead to higher value conversion. Example, bigger purchases within your budget. This one is amazing at scale. It's an open bidding type of strategy, just like maximize conversions, and you can scale much, much easier if you ask me. Now, this is what I'm seeing from historical performance, like what happened with a lot of our clients in the past. Target CPA, cost per action. You define your ideal cost per conversion, and Google automatically adjusts bids to hit that target. Like you add this one based on your historical performance, like 30 to 90 days. And here, what I mean, historical cost per conversion. Let's say that you saw on the last 60 days, 90 days, whatever, that you had costs per acquisition or cost per conversion of like $60. You would like to set your target CPA a little bit higher, like 65 or 70, so you don't restrict Google, and it works pretty good. Now, this one, target CPA, is ideal for one product stores or stores that have products with similar price points. Like all your products are 50 euros in that campaign or in your store, I would suggest you to use target CPA. And now, target ROAS, return on ad spend. This one is my favorite. You set your desired return on investment, example, 5x profit every dollar you spend, and Google optimizes bids to maximize your ROI. You add this again based on your historical performance. This one is ideal for high ticket stores or stores that have big price differences, like one item is 75 and the other one is like 200, stuff like that. But I have tried also in cases that are similar to this one, and it does the job perfectly fine as well. Actually, this is the one that I recommend the most, and the second one would be maximize conversion value. Now, target impression share, it's an automated bidding strategy that sets bids with the goal of showing your ad on the absolute top of page, and I would only use this one for brand protection campaign, only if you know what you're doing. And if you ask me what I recommend and what we do for our clients, we usually go for manual CPC without enhanced CPC. But if the niche is very, very competitive and you have a lot of advertisers bidding for your brand name, then I would actually go for maximize conversion. Now that we know what every bidding strategy is doing, we're going to go over what bidding strategy to use and for what type of campaign. So for PMAX, I would recommend maximize conversion value or target ROAS. Maximize conversion value is going to be easier for you to actually scale faster. Standard shopping, I would suggest you to start with manual CPC. And if you don't know what you're doing, start with maximize clicks with the bid cap, as I said, and then later down the line switch to a target ROAS. Now, dynamic display remarketing, pretty easy, just maximize conversion, don't overcomplicate this one. YouTube shorts or classic YouTube ads, you're gonna go first with the maximize conversions, and then when you see that the CPA starts to stabilize for like 3 to 4 days, then you want to switch to a target CPA. Brand search protection campaign, you're gonna start with maximize clicks without eCPC, as I said, but if the niche is super competitive, go with max conversions. Search ads, you want to go with manual CPC with enhanced CPC, and then down the line switch to a target ROAS or target CPA. So very easy. Now, when you want to switch your bidding, the answer is very easy. If your account doesn't have at least 30 to 50 conversions or even more, I recommend you to stay with manual CPC for shopping ads and search ads, but I have seen some decent results straight from the beginning with maximize conversions. Or if you're more advanced and you actually know what you're doing, you can even start with shopping ads, for example, with the tROAS that is like very low, like 50% even. But I wouldn't recommend you if you're a beginner. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. So for standard shopping ads, switch from manual CPC or max clicks to a target ROAS when you have at least 30 to 50 conversions per month. On PMAX, you want to switch from max conversions or maximize conversion value to a target CPA or target ROAS when you have over 50 conversions, ideally 100 per month. The more, the better, as I said. And by the way, here about PMAX, recently I have had a few discussions with some Google reps. They all recommend you to like start straight from the beginning with the performance max automatic. Like they preach that. Don't listen to Google reps. They just want you to spend spend more money on Google Ads, and I want you to make more money. So please do not start straight from the beginning with PMAX. If you have a fresh account or you barely have data in your account, always go, your first campaign should be a standard shopping all the time. Okay, now search ads. You want to switch from manual CPC to a max conversions or maximize conversion value or target ROAS, target CPA once you have at least 15 to 30 conversions per month. YouTube ads, you want to switch from maximize conversions to target CPA when your CPA stabilizes for 3 to 4 days continuously. When you see that you get constant conversions and they are not inconsistent, that's when you switch to a target CPA, and that's a good time to also scale. But you have to let the target CPA for at least one more week after you make the switch. So you let Google do its thing, let the machine optimize the ad. And for display, I usually just let maximize conversions just from the beginning, and it just does the job perfectly fine. Yeah, this is pretty much all you need for now. You don't need to overcomplicate, go to like demand gen campaigns. These are the essentials, and these ones are just gonna take your store from like, where is it right now, to 6 figures a month easy. So yeah. Day 4 of my intensive Google Ads training. This is going to be a fun one. We are going to go over how to create and optimize a PMAX campaign. It's going to be a feed only campaign. This was a very, very requested video from a lot of people. So today I'm going to go over how to structure and create the PMAX step by step. I'm going to show you how to optimize the PMAX, and I'm going to give you some bonus like how to exclude the branded traffic from PMAX and how to introduce this script inside of our account, because as you may well know, PMAX is a black box, doesn't show us almost any data. So we want to insert a script inside of Google Ads so we can pull more data and we can make better data-driven decisions. All right, so without further other introduction, let's jump into the first one. So how to structure a PMAX campaign. I'm gonna go over step by step. I'm gonna press new campaign. You can create a campaign without a goals guidance. Press continue, then performance max. Then we want to add a goal. Just purchases is more than enough. Make sure that you only have one right here. Don't add two. Check this blue box right here and select your feed. Then press continue. You want to name your performance max. It's going to be a test one. I recommend you to name it however you want. Usually I'm going to just give you a very quick example. I usually put the country. We are in UK. Then I'm putting PMAX. This is going to be rest of products or all products. And then you can put the name of your agency. In my case would be Breck. So this is how I would name it. It's just for internal purposes, so you can have a clean and easy to manage account. Then you press continue, start new. You want to have a conversion value bidding strategy. This is what I recommend. I wouldn't recommend you to start with target ROAS from now, maybe later down the line. But in the beginning, and even when you want to scale, conversion value will be honestly your best friend. I would keep this one unchecked because it's just Google's way of spending you more money. Then you press next. You want to select your country. Right now we are going to advertise in UK, which is perfect. We have only English, amazing. We go here, we uncheck this one, and more settings. You don't need to touch anything right here. You just press next. Here, let's say that we want to create a campaign for hoodies, dresses, and t-shirts, and we are going to name this one dresses. Here you want to select the products that you want to advertise. Press use a selection of products. And here, instead of going by category, you can even do that if your account is well sorted in the backend, like in the Google Merchant Center feed. But I want to be more granular and check everything by item ID. I'm going to select them. I'm going to pretend that I'm typing here dresses and I'm having like a bunch of products. For now, let's pretend that these 3 products I'm going to check are going to be our dresses that we advertise. I just selected them and right now I'm pressing save. Very easy. Now, the thing about feed only PMAX, this is the thing, it's not a full build. So what you need to do is not add anything in here. No images, no logos, nothing, no headlines. Ignore this part if Google shows you anything. No long headlines, no description, no nothing, no site links, absolutely nothing. You just want to come right here, scroll down and press next. Now, in terms of budget, we want to always set a custom budget. I would recommend you to start with minimum of $50 or £50, €50, with PMAX, or my ideal would be 100. This is usually the minimum that I would like to go with PMAX. And then you press next. Now Google is checking for errors. We are waiting. You want to check and you make sure that everything is correct right here. And then you just press publish. Perfect. Right now, I'm gonna disable this campaign because this was just for the sake of this tutorial. You're gonna wait for like 1 or 2 days until your campaign is gonna start spending and getting impressions. Now we are not done. We want to go into asset groups. And here you're gonna see the asset group that we just created, and you can see it has no assets in it. And it's okay. It's just gonna advertise your feed and it's gonna focus most of the budget into the shopping side, which is gonna be the most profitable source for you. But now we want to also introduce hoodies and t-shirts. And for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna add the hoodies. I'm gonna create a new asset group. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna name this hoodies. And now I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna select my product. Again, I'm going by item ID, and let's say that I'm looking for like my 3 hoodies. I would type here in the search hoodies or whatever your product name is. I'm just gonna select them, like select more if you have more, it's totally fine. You can select how many you want and just press save. Then you just come here, same story as the other one. And you make sure you want to add your data, additional signals, stuff like that. And 1 sec. Yep, we just press save. And boom, we just have our 2 asset groups. And this is how you create the structure. Of course, I would recommend you to continue, go ahead and like create more asset groups on your own. You can even structure very similar to something like this. Like if you are, let's say, a reseller and you are reselling brands, you can structure them by brand name or by product category and stuff like that, just like we did right here. So the structure is fairly easy. Now, what's the most important is what signals you're adding in here. And now we're gonna go over how to optimize them, because not a lot of people know how to do this, and I want you to have a strong foundation and know what you should do if that happens, if you know what I mean. So right now we are gonna go and I'm gonna show you. And also, by the way, if you want this document, you can find it for free. It's in the description down below. You can go, and also there I show you a step-by-step of everything what you need to do. Okay, now, how the heck do we optimize the PMAX? There are a few things that you can do. And the first one would be adding negative keywords. The second one would be bidding optimization, and more details are going to be, I think, in day 9, how you should optimize your bidding and when. And product exclusion, which is going to be after you receive some data, you see which product is profitable, which product isn't, then you want to exclude them. I'm going to show you how, and also signal optimization. Now, the first thing, I'm going to show you how to do signal optimization. And I just opened another client's account. He's into fashion as well. You want to go to your active campaign. You go to insights and reports, and the best tab, like your best friend, is going to be the insights tab. Want to come over here. So you're going to scroll down here. And first you want to go right here to your audience insight. And here we are going to see, we're going to filter by index. Google is showing us which signal is the best performing for us, and is going to see which one is optimized. So I would recommend you to take them, like literally copy them, put them in your notes or copy them somewhere. And I want you to, let's say I'm going to copy this one, fashionistas. So you want to filter by index because this is a good indicator that this is a good audience for our campaign. So I copied fashionistas, and now I'm going to come here in our asset groups, and I want you to come here to signals. You can also leave it open, but what we've seen for our clients work the best is when they A/B test between an open, like they don't add any signals, or they create new asset group targeting the same product, but we are adding a new audience signal in it. And I want you to come here to additional signals, to interest and detailed demographics, and I would like you to just paste fashionistas. And then you're going to check this one and you're going to press save. And you want to do this, the same process for every single one of your asset groups. Of course, if you're doing an A/B test and you want to keep one asset group without any interest in it, that's totally fine. Just don't add it and it's all good. So in order to do the product exclusion, you want to go to your asset groups and you want to press table right here. Then I already have it right here. I already sorted the columns, but I want you to come here and I want you to go to performance and select the same ones, just like me. You can even maybe add impression or click-through rate, and then conversions. You want to have conversions, cost per conversion, conversion value, and conversion value over cost. That's basically it. Then you're gonna save it, give it whatever name you want, and then just press save right here. I already have it saved, and right now I can literally analyze in a much better way how is our asset groups performing individually. And right here, I just analyze, I take a deep dive, I look at the cost per conversion, the conversion value, and everything. And if I see that one performs like poorer than other ones, let me take a quick look to see. In our case, most of them are doing just fine. Let's see that I want to go for something that spent a lot of money, and I have this one. I'm gonna go inside, like here, I'm gonna press view listing groups, or I can remember the name of this one, but you can just go and press view listing groups. And here I can see by product what performance, like each individual performance of every single one of our products, right? So in our case, we don't necessarily have bad performance products for this specific asset group. But what I would do, I would look at conversion value, cost per conversion, conversion rate as well. And I would like to also see, one second. And right here, I'd like to see conversion value over cost, which is the ROAS, right? So I would press apply. Let's say that we don't necessarily like this one right here, even if like for us, it's a good ROAS, but let's say that instead of 3 would have like a 1. I would just copy this item ID and then I would go back into my listing groups right here. I would press Control F and I would just paste this one. I would find my product I would like to turn off, and I would just do this and just press exclude. And this is how you do product exclusion. You want to do this depending on your spend, once a week or once in 2 weeks, again, depending on your spend. If you're spending a little bit less, I would do this once in 3 weeks, because you want to give Google a large enough time frame to first track the conversions, because the attribution is quite off sometimes with Google, and you want to give proper time to actually take a good data-driven decision, right? Cool. Now let's move on to how to exclude branded traffic and how to add negative keywords, because this is going to be a combination. So this is the method. You want to create a negative keyword list. You want to ensure your negative keyword list is comprehensive, and you want to go here. Let me go so I can quickly show you. You want to go to Insights in your desired campaign. You want to come here to search term insights. You want to filter by last 28 days or last 60 days, whatever. And then I would like you to go here and download your data, and you're going to download it by Excel CSV. Here, you're going to get a deep and granular understanding of what products are converting for you, what keywords you are showing up for. And here, I would like you to take all the keywords that are not related or they are performing very poor, because you're going to notice how is the conversion value, how is the ROAS, etc. Based on that, you're going to create a negative keyword list, including your brand search term. And what you want to do is go to this link right here that I prepared for you guys, and you want to submit this one, and then a Google rep is going to introduce that negative keyword list in your Google Ads account. And then whenever you want to do negative keyword optimization, you're going to have it here, right, in negative keyword list. You can repeat the same process, download this as a CSV file, and then you're just going to be able to optimize and have a better performance inside of your PMAX campaign. So yeah, down here also you can find everything step by step. You can also find the script that I prepared for you guys. It has a tutorial. It's not being made by me. I don't own this, right? This guy is a genius. Just implement it in your ad account and see your performance better. You're going to notice your performance is going to be pulled into Google's spreadsheet. And then after some time, like 30 to 40 days, you might be able to make better data-driven decisions, right? Because this is what we want. Everything on Google is about data. We love data, right? That was basically it, guys. As you can see, it's not rocket science. This was about feed-only PMAX. Of course, if you want to make a full build PMAX, I would recommend you to just repeat the same process when it comes to how to create a campaign, but just make sure that you add high-quality images, high-quality videos, and you add good copy. And in day six, I'm gonna also give you a document on how to create amazing Google Ads copy by using ChatGPT. And also I'm gonna give you a spreadsheet that is gonna give you all the tools that you need to create amazing copy, right? So one quick thing that I wanted to mention before we end this video about feed only PMAX. I usually see better performance with the feed only one. I wouldn't recommend you to create a full build only if you have good high quality assets, because then Google is going to go on display, YouTube, and if you don't have high quality creatives, you're just going to burn your money, right? Day 5 of my intensive Google Ads training. Today we're going to go over how to create and optimize a shopping campaign. But first, before getting into how to do it step by step, I want to quickly talk about how to structure your shopping campaigns. And for that, I want to say that shopping campaigns is by far my favorite campaign. Sometimes it can even be more powerful than PMAX, and a good Google Ads agency will know why. It's more control. Like, yeah, PMAX is easier to manage, yada, 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 but PMAX gives you more control. And I'm seeing in some of our clients' accounts even better ROAS sometimes. So that's why when you have an account, you want to test to see which type of campaign, which strategy performs better for you. That it's no one size fits all when it comes to Google Ads. You have to test how is shopping doing for you. Can we scale with shopping? You want to always look at data and get hypotheses and test out new things. But of course, you want an expert to handle that so you don't fuck up your performance, of course. Now, what's the structure of a shopping campaign? In this photo, I believe it explained everything. You want to have one campaign per country. You don't want to have, I'm seeing in a few accounts, there are people that are introducing UK and US in the same campaign. We want to have everything split by country. You want every campaign to be split by category or by brand. As I explained in previous videos in day 4, if you sell clothes, you want to split your ad groups also by gender, or you can even go one step forward and you can segment the campaigns themselves by gender. Like, this is going to be a bathrobe campaign dedicated for men, or the whole campaign is going to be dedicated just for men products. You can even go like that. But now, how do you create and how you structure? So let's say that you're selling clothes. You want to have one that is like pajamas, the other one can be bathrobes, and the other one can be short sleeve pajama. Or let's say that you're selling stuff for school or something like that. You can have one ad group that it's selling an agenda or notebook. You can have one that's selling pen, the other one selling pencils. This is the psychology that I want you to understand, guys. So you want to over time exclude unprofitable products, and same with products that do not get enough spend as others. You want to create a zombie campaign that I already explained in I believe day 3 or day 2, I assume, about my personal zombie campaign. This is how I like to call it. Now I want to show you how can you create a shopping campaign with this type of structure. Let's get into it. So you're going to press new campaign. You want to create a campaign without the goals guidance. You want to choose, where is it? Shopping campaign. Purchases as your main conversion goal. You want to select your feed, which is already pre-selected for us. We don't want performance max. We want to have standard shopping campaign. Press continue again. Right here, I recommend you to add your country, like that you're going to advertise. This is going to be in Netherlands. The account is from Netherlands, so I'm going to put NL. And then I'm going to put, let's say, pajama, or you can put all, whatever. Here you should put your product category that you're advertising. If you're putting them all, just write all, and then you can write the name or the date. Because I'm an agency, like we are an agency, I'm gonna type rec so everybody can know that we made that campaign. That I would, let's say, pajama or whatever, pajama, bat robes, stuff like that. Perfect. Now Bidding strategy. I'd recommend you to go with manual CPC, optimizing for conversion value, or you can go with maximize clicks, but you want to set bid cap here. Let's say that our bid cap can be like both manual CPC and maximize click work. I would put here 0.8 because I know that that's kind of like the medium price point in terms of CPC for our niche. The budget, I would suggest you to go with minimum 50. If you only have one campaign targeting the same products, I would select just low, but you have two campaigns that are targeting the same products, I would put this. If this is the one that you want to have maximum priority, I would put high priority. But for now, we're going to leave it as low. The search network, make sure that you always uncheck it. Devices, all good. Like you can do right now anything about it. Netherlands, because the account is from Netherlands, you want to select always the second option here. This is hidden. You want to select always second. And this one is going to be pajama. All right. And that's basically it. You just create campaign. And right now we are going to enter in our campaign and I'm going to show you how you can create those ad groups. Right here we have all our products, like all products. You want to press this plus button sign. And here, if I were you, I wouldn't go by category. I would go by item ID and I would just search for my products, whatever they are labeled right here. I would just put pajama, and here I will have tons of pajamas that I would select. And right now we are actually selecting this. And let's say that we only advertise 3 products. In reality, you're going to advertise much, much more than this. You want to save without editing bits. And right here we have our products. You want to exclude everything else in our products. So make sure this is a must. Make sure that you exclude this one. Otherwise, you're going to have a campaign that it's named pajama, or like this campaign, NL pajama bathrobe, but it's going to be all a catch-all basically type of campaign. And we want to stop this and we only advertise our desired products. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to press pause on this campaign. Okay, perfect. Right now we have selected the pajama ad group. I want you to select this right here. And I want you to go in ad groups. Right here, I'm going to also press pause because we are not going to run anything today. We want to just create another ad group that is going to be around bathrobes. We are naming this one, which is going to be bathrobes. I'm going to press save. So as you can see, guys, it's very, very easy. We are inside of bathrobes. We are doing literally the same thing. Going here, item ID. We're going to type bathrobe. Let's say that I actually type bathrobe, like you're going to look for your own product category or for your own products, and you're just going to select the desired ones. And then you're going to, after you selected them all, you're going to press save without editing bits. And now you come here and you just exclude the products that you don't want to target. Right? And that's basically it, guys. It's not that hard. This is how you create and this is how you structure a standard shopping campaign. As you can see, it's very, very easy. Now, we want to go and do some negative keyword work right here, right? So in order to do this, you want to go to insights and reports in our campaign or in your specific ad group. You go to insights, reports, and search terms. Right now, we don't have anything in here, but after a few days, when you're going to start to see impressions, here you can come and you can be insanely ruthless with how you add them, because standard shopping campaign is going to start to show you to specific terms, to top of funnel terms, but I would recommend you to exclude all the keywords that are very top of funnel, like that are super, super broad, even if they can bring you conversions. In the beginning, I would highly, highly recommend you to go for those super specific keywords. And as you start to scale your budget, you hit the cap, then you can add them back in. And in our example with pajamas, I would just exclude stuff like a simple keyword that I would exclude personally would be pajama. Like that's a very top of funnel. People don't know exactly what they want to buy. I'm not even sure if that's high intense search based keyword, right? So that's something that I would like to see is maybe the name of the brand and pajama with white stripes, something like that. That's a keyword that I would like to see personally, and I will let it here. And you just come here and you're gonna select them, and then you can exclude them at the campaign level, or if you want, you can create a negative keyword list, which you can create right here. And I would recommend you to go add them first as an exact match, and then I would recommend you to add them as a phrase match, only if it actually makes sense for you, right? Okay, perfect. Now, product exclusion, step by step. Here you can find the documentation. I want to go over live and show you how I do this. Let's say that I want to exclude from bathrobes some products. I'm going here and then I'm going in the product groups, but you can also check them on the product level. I'm going to go for product groups. And here I can just analyze them, analyze the performance. What's the number of conversion? What's the conversion value? What's the click-through rate for our products? You can study a lot of things right here. You can also study the search impression share, which is really important, especially on the campaign level. But I would just come here if I see that one product spend a shit ton of money. And what do I mean by this? So let's say that a product got over 100 clicks and it has spent twice the product price, then we see that we got no conversions. That I would recommend you to just come here and just exclude that specific product, right? And this is literally how you do product exclusion. And I want you to be very ruthless with your product exclusions, because this is how you're going to get better performance. You cut one product from this campaign that was spending a lot, then Google is start to redistribute the budget on the products that might get a better return for you, right? And the mindset with Google is you don't want all your products to give you, like, of course, the ideal would be to all of them to spend, but in Google Ads and in life, the Pareto principles applies everywhere, right? You're going to see that 20% of your products are going to bring 80% of the results. And if one of those 20%, you're going to see that you have high spender with low return, you're just going to turn it off, and then Google is going to redistribute your budget where your money is, right? Great. Now, location exclusion. You want to read the documentation right here, but this is how you do it. You go here on the campaign level, and I want you to scroll down right here to locations. By the way, if you somehow are using the new dashboard and you basically don't understand what am I doing here, it's looking different than you, I would just recommend you to switch to, actually there is a button somewhere right here. There was a button that was saying to switch to your old design. You might have it right here. It's all good. Google changes the UI UX every day, and probably Google is gonna start to move all of us probably next year to the new design, and it's all good. But they are, in essence, they are very similar. So I would recommend you to come here to locations. We're already here, and then I would recommend you to split by cities. And right here, we don't have any data yet, which is already fine. You're gonna see a bunch of data with all your cities. And then I would recommend you to just either cut out the locations that spend a lot, but you got like a very low return. Or what I usually do in accounts that are spending at least 20K per month, I would raise by 10% or maximum 20% the main location that bring the most amount of money, so we can be a little bit more aggressive there with our bids. But yeah, that's a thing that you won't necessarily use so much, but it can come in handy later down the line. Or there is a more advanced strategy where you just see that you have one location that's crushing for you, which can be, in our case, let's say Amsterdam. We see that Amsterdam is just crushing for us. A lot of people are buying from there. We can create a dedicated specific campaign for that city alone, and we can be super aggressive, get over the market when it comes to Amsterdam and for our niche. Yeah, cool. Now, the last part is device optimization. Here, this one is pretty easy. I would recommend you to raise or lower your bids. I usually just lower, I don't raise the bid so much, based on the conversion rate that you have, the number of conversions, and the cost per conversion. And I would recommend you to do them by 20%, no more than that. And also, if you sell high ticket products in the beginning, so you won't burn so much money, adjust to mobile minus 70%, wait 1 month, and then adjust from there after. You can even go and do a test of like going from minus 70 to minus 20 and see how the performance starts to go. And on high ticket, I'm saying to do this like minus 70 because usually people that are buying high ticket stuff, they are not Gen Z, right? They are people that have much more money and they would rather make the decision on a desktop, not on a mobile. So yeah, now on the bidding side, I'm going to go over more on day 9. And also I'm going to show you where you can find the device stuff, device optimization. You want to go here to insights and reports, when and where ads showed. And then you want to go here to devices and boom. Now here you're going to see a lot of data once you start to spend some money. And yeah, that was basically it. Welcome everybody. So day 6, today I'm going to teach you how to do keyword research, how you can create a campaign, how to structure a campaign, how to optimize a campaign, and I'm going to give you some secret sauce at the end of this document, which you can find for free in the video in the description. And yeah, let's jump into the video. First things first, I want to teach you how we can do keyword research, and it's very easy. You can find here all the documentation, but I just want me to go a little bit over the shoulder with you guys how you can do it. So we are in a Google Ads dashboard, and you want to press tools and settings, and you want to do keyword planner. And here, very easy, you put discover new keywords. You have two options. You can start with keywords or you can start with the website. Let me 1 second just go take you guys to the mirror. So this is going to be the structure of a prospecting generic search campaign. And let's say that we are selling dresses, hoodies, and t-shirts. To keep it simple, just like on the other tutorials, we are going to do some keywords for dresses, right? So I can just pull up my website, take my homepage or my specific collection category, which is going to be with dresses. This is a fictional example, so I don't have a website like that. You can use the entire site. You can use only that specific page, which is going to be that collection page. You can press get results and you're going to get a bunch of relevant keywords. But for this example, you can also go the other route with just by typing keywords. We are in UK. I think it's fine if you're like, doesn't really matter in what country you sell. You just want to do your keyword research in that specific country. Now let's put summer dresses and I'm going to put get results. Now, as you can see, we have a bunch of them. And what I recommend you here, let me move my head. I recommend you to use this tool as well, like brand or non-brand. You can find more ideas. You can find by color, characteristic, size, stuff like that. This is going to be very good. And you can copy those specific keywords if you have like a specific green collection or whatever. I'm just giving examples right here. You can create a dedicated ad group for that specific collection, right? So for this type of campaign that we are launching right now, because it's a generic search campaign, I would like you to take and look out for very, very relevant keywords that are highly related, but I also want you to keep them a little bit open. And there are a bunch of strategies, but for this type of strategy that I've talked previously, I would recommend you to take the most relevant keywords that are related to your brand. Something like summer dresses for women, sundresses for women as well. This one, if you're selling a white one, that's perfect. Plus size summer dresses, beach dresses for women. And you just want to go scroll and just find your most relevant keywords. And I would suggest you to go first exact, find your winners, and then turn into broad matches as you go. So you just scroll down, you look out for your most relevant keywords. They can be a little bit shorter, a little bit longer. So I would copy all of them and I would just paste them right here. Let's say that this is our ad group for summer dresses. I would just copy them. Usually in reality, I would take like 10 to 15 of them and I would just copy them. And then I would go to, I think I have a website for wrapper, like keywordwrap.com. I would enter the keywords right here, wrap keywords, and copy them and put them as exact. Select the copy, Control C, come back, have them here, boom, perfect. So now this is literally everything that you gotta do, and you just repeat the same scenario for your next ad group, right? So the next ad group would be hoodies, and you have a specific type of hoodie. You're just gonna create an ad group dedicated for that. And for the next ad group is going to be literally the same. You're just going to repeat the whole process. Now that we covered keyword research, I want to go over how to structure a search campaign. And it should look like something like this. This is for tables, chair, nightstand. So you should have around 15 keywords in each ad group. And you would like to have 3 ads in each ad group so you can do properly A/B testing later down the line, right? And now I'm going to go over and show you how I create a good search campaign. So it just makes things easier for you guys. In order to create a campaign, you just press new campaign and then you create campaign without the goals guidance, press search, and then you add a goal, which is purchases. I recommend you have only one conversion goal. Press continue. Then you press website visits. You're going to add your website, which is going to be probably your homepage. I'm going to just put google.com for this example. You're going to name this however you want. This is going to be just internal for you so you can understand your account structure better. Usually for us, we name it something like this is going to be in UK, which is going to be UK. You name your category, and then you put either your date or your name in there. And this is how we would do it. Start new. Then what I would recommend you here is to just leave conversions for now, because later when you press done, we're going to switch to a manual CPC. Or you have the other option, which I already explained in my course, when you can start with optimizing for clicks, which is going to be like a maximize clicks. And you're going to set a maximum CPC bid limit, like a bid cap. And for this example, it's going to be 0.8, let's say. So it's either going to be this one, maximize clicks, or it's going to be a manual CPC with enhanced CPC oriented for conversion value. Then you press next. You want to exclude this one, exclude this one. We tested many times, and by excluding these, you're going to save a lot of money. You press your country, your desired country. You press, in this case, it's UK. And here, very important, this one is a hidden option. You check this one. For our country is English. Nothing with audience segments. We can't do anything about this right now, but it's perfect because it's off. Here, everything is all right. Then you just press next. And right here, we go back here to some addresses, and we are going to take our keyword list, which in your case would be a little bit longer than ours. Press Ctrl A, press delete, then you press Ctrl V. And you're good to go. Now, here, of course, Google has some problem. You won't see anything because you added your correct URL. What I would recommend you to add a display path, something like, let's say that we are being like, I don't know, let's say that our brand name is called Zara, or just saying, for the sake of this example, I would have, and if this ad group is dedicated to summer dresses, I'm going to have something like summer dresses. We want our customer to know that if they land on our website, they're going to be taken to summer dresses URL location. It's just going to, the people are going to see again, okay, so we are looking for summer dresses. Okay, I see there's summer dresses, and it's going to incentivize the click. You're going to win the click in the auction. Now, very important here, I'm not going to do the copywriting part because it's going to take a lot, but this is what I would recommend you. First, open these two documents that I have here. This is going to be a ChatGPT, which is also going to work with Gemini as well. Yeah, I would recommend you to take these, take a deep dive, and learn how to use them. They are very simple. This tool is going to teach you step by step. And also, what I would recommend you, before you even start to write the copy, I would recommend you to open either this website, isearchfirm.com, and you want to put your country, and you want to put your specific search query so you can see how other people are framing their copy. You want to then, instead of looking just on your country, you can also look in other countries that speak the same language as you. You can see how other people are framing and what type of copy do they have, and you will just get more and more ideas, and you can just take one snippet from there, and you're just gonna create your own badass copy. And if you're gonna use these two tools that I prepared for you, then you won't have any issue. You're gonna have a very solid copy for your Google Ads. Now, as I said, I'm not going to write anything here. I'm just going to put, again, Google, just for the sake of this tutorial. Again, I have two descriptions that were already generated. I recommend you to add in here as many as you can, especially in the description. But in the headline, because we have 3 ads, I would recommend you to have like 8 to 10 here, headlines. And usually this is what I do to A/B test. I'm leaving one ad as being fully open, and I'm going to let Google optimize for the best performing ads. And if I have an ad where I want specifically one piece of copy to be in the front, then I'm just going to take, let's say that I'm going to have like, I don't know, something that I want to incentivize and get that click. For example, prices starting from, let's say, £15 or $15, and I would like people to see this, then I would just pin this one in the first position. And I just want to see how our ad reacts, if it performs better over the other 2 campaigns, right? So this is a cool trick I recommend you to do, is always to have a pre-qualifier of your price. Like if just you are a premium brand, you would like to pre-qualify people to know that, hey, like our prices are higher than you might expect. Like maybe you have prices starting from $100, and it's totally fine. When people would know this before they even click, then the bounce rate will be lower, right? And also in the document that I shared, you're going to see that there are more angles that you can start to formulate your copy. This is just one relating to the price, like pre-qualifying the click. Other one is loved by, let's say you have 5,000 customers or plus, you can put 5,000 customers. Like this one shows social proof, which people love and usually gets the click. So these are just two examples that I would put and I would test in one ad group. Maybe I would like to test in the other, but yeah, make sure that your ad is as descriptive as you can. Like, okay, this one, I already pinned the first one here, but the next one, if it's pinned, I would like to tell people that, hey, we have summer dresses, like best summer dresses 2024, whatever that might be. You know better your product, right? Okay, now moving on. You want to add your business name, and if you don't see this option right here, like business name and business logo, like they are not available for you, and it's a button saying that get access, then you need to go to tools and settings and finish your advertiser verification, which is a must. And it's usually a form that it will take you like 1 minute to fill up, and Google in 1 day or 2 days, it's gonna approve you and it's gonna be all good. Then you're gonna come here, add your logo, add your business name. If you add them, then your ad is just gonna look prettier. Usually an ad that has the logo gets the click, and it's just gonna boost the click-through rate, and obviously later down the line, the conversion rate as well. You want to have at least minimum 4 site links, as many callouts as you can. And if you have a promotion, 50% off using code. You have a evergreen promotion, buy two, get 20% off, stuff like that. Put it here. If you have the same or similar prices, add the price here, the price extension, because it's just going to pre-qualify the click again. This one is a big one, which is underutilized. Calls, I would suggest you to add your real phone number, because usually when somebody sees that you have a phone number before they even click, they in their mind, they think that you're a legit business, and we want to think like that. Like this is the case if you're doing drop shipping. I would suggest you to add your phone call right here, right? I would suggest you to add as many structure snippets as you can, minimum 4. And lead forms, it's not a must. And also this one, these two are not a must. But that's basically it. This is how I would create a search campaign. And I'm just pressing done right now. And now I'm pressing next. I'm putting my custom budget. Let's say that I want to be 30 pounds. I'm pressing next. Now we are checking for errors, and then we are publishing our ad. And then you just quickly press publish. Now, right now, I am gonna disable this campaign because I don't want this to run. This was just for the sake of this tutorial. But right now, we want to go in our ad group, and here we want to go in our initial one. Let's say we name it dresses or summer dresses. We go in, and here we want to add more ads. Sorry, not here. You go to your ads, right? So in order to add more ads, we want to have like 3 ads, responsive search ads. I suggest you to come here, select this one, click edit, then you just copy, and then you press paste. Here you select your desired campaign. In our case is this one. You might have multiple ad groups. You want to select your ad group that you want to paste this one. And if ad already exists in destination, create a duplication. Make sure you press this one, and you don't need this one, right? And now we have 2, and we see that this one is a little bit bolded, like Google is showing you that this is the newer ad. We're gonna press edit, and right now we are just gonna add different pieces of copy, right? Like we can leave this one as unpinned, and then we can just add a bunch more pieces of copy. So we just give Google more room to play. We attack with more angles. One can be more benefit driven, one can be more talking about the price, as I said, one can be adding urgency, like sale ends today, stuff like that, right? And then you just save the ad, and boom, you have another variation. And this is literally how you A/B test. And then you just repeat the process. You copy, you paste, and you just add, either pin another piece of text, like because you want to test a different angle and you want that piece of copy to be in the first place or the third place or the second place. And this is just how you play with them. They can be similar, but you can just play with the pins, and you're going to see after 2-3 weeks what are the results. You're going to come here and you're going to have like 3 in this example. We are seeing that this ad is spending a shit ton, but it's having a bad cost per conversion. I would just come here, pause this one. I'm seeing that I like this ad a lot. Then again, I'm studying it. Why? I'm checking what angle is it because of the pin, it's not. I'm trying to create a hypothesis. I'm also checking the data, and then I'm doing literally the same. I'm pressing edit, copy, paste, and I'm creating another variation. And this is how you also optimize your campaign, right? And now let's create another ad group. We go here, we press on the whole campaign level, we come to ad groups, and then you just add plus button, super easy. This one is going to be hoodies. Let's say that we have a collection that it's black hoodies. We are entering our URL, google.com. And now here in the keyword section, we come here, we copy. I did a little bit of research. Only have black hoodies, very relevant search terms for us. I'm pressing save and continue. And right now we are in the ad creation part where we are literally just repeating the same story. Make sure that you create tailored copy using these two documents that I have in the Notion for you guys. And then you just press done, save and continue. And then you go back in your ad group in the ad level. And right now I'm going to hoodies black, and then I'm going to hoodies black right now. I'm going to my ads, and here I'm literally doing the same story. I'm playing with the pins. I'm seeing which angle would I like to be showcased in the first position, second position. I'm creating a duplication, and then I just wait. And if I want to create another ad group, I just repeat and I do the same thing. And this is how you manage to structure your search campaign, right? So as you can see, it's not that hard. Right, amazing. Now, the next one is going to be how to optimize a search campaign. I already explained the first one, which is going to be A/B testing, and make sure that you do it. This is not a nice to have, like the thing that I just teached you. It's a must, and a lot of agencies, a lot of Google Ads guys are not doing this because of laziness, most probably, or they just don't know how to do it. But this one is going to reduce your CPA by a lot, and we managed to even cut in half the results for some of our brands just because we improve the copy constantly from two weeks to 2 weeks. So it's insanely powerful. Now, the next optimization that you can make is by device, right? I'm going to go back, and here we are going in the campaign level. I'm going to move my pretty head somewhere here. Now, for the device, you want to go to insights and reports, when and where ads showed. And here, after you get some data, after you run the ads for a little bit, you are going to see some results on the device level. I would usually just put tablets -50 or -100. I barely see good results with tablets. So just to save you some time, just reduce the budget in here. But you're going to see on computers and mobile different results. And for some of you guys, the computers and mobile phones are just going to have similar results. That's perfectly fine. You just leave them as they are. I usually don't increase the budget. I usually just reduce the budget. I decrease the budget if I see that the mobiles are overspending and also my cost per conversion is double than computers. I would just like to reduce by 20-30% depending on how is my situation. I usually don't recommend you to go over 30%, but there are cases where, let's say that you're selling high ticket stuff like high ticket saunas, high ticket products in general. I would just recommend you to start your search campaign with a -70 or -80, because mobile is just going to overspend. And when people buy high ticket stuff, they are probably going to make a decision on their computers, or they enter from their mobile, but they will finish their purchase from computers. But still, to protect your daily budget, I would highly suggest you to put a -70, -80 if you're running high ticket. But other than that, this is how you would play with the device optimization. Now, the next thing is you can optimize by location as well. Let me show you how you can do that. So you close this one and you go here to locations. Then you will see we target UK, but you can even see even deeper than that, right? You press on your country, and then you have here counties, cities, and I usually optimize by cities. Right now, we won't have any data yet, but once you're going to start running the ads, after you press and filter by cities, you're going to see a bunch of data in every city from that specific country. And then usually the optimization by device, I recommend you to do once you have your account spending at least 20 grand per month. And in this scenario, I would actually not play so much with the decrease. I would actually just increase. Like, let's say that for United Kingdom, I'm seeing Manchester or London giving me amazing results, a bunch of conversions at a good cost per acquisition. I would just raise by 10 to 20% to be a little bit more aggressive in there, but I would monitor the performance on the next 2 weeks to see how is my CPA moving, if it's moving in the right direction, if you're getting more purchases at a similar cost. Of course, when you start to raise your bids, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive, which means that your CPA will rise as well. So you got to take this in consideration, right? Now, in the search ads, you can optimize by gender or by age as well, which is amazing. In the shopping side of things, you cannot do that. And I'm going to show you right now how to get there. So we want to go to audiences. If you want, of course, you can add your audience segments like interest and stuff like that. Make sure that you add them, let's say campaign level. I want to show you this as well. If you add them here, add them observation mode, which is recommended. And after you get a little bit of data, when I mean a little bit of data, I would recommend you when you pass 10K, 5 to 10K in spend, I would recommend you to play more with audience segments. It's not really that necessary in the beginning when you don't have like a bigger spend. But after you get some data, I would recommend you to optimize also by audience. And here, again, you just search something like summer dresses. Let's see if I have something like that in here. I would have women's apparel, maybe active wear. I would just look around to see and look for the most relevant audiences. And I would add at least 10 to 15 max. And I would just let them be as an observation mode. So if you have them on observation, they are your Google Ads campaign, they are not going to target those people. They are just going to study the behavior and going to see the data. And once you see that you have, like, let's say that this one, which is going to be where it was, women's apparel, like we see that it's just converting very, very good, high number of conversions at a very low cost. I'm just going to raise my bids by 5 to 10%. And this is everything that I would do in terms of audiences. But you can also edit demographics, age, and in USA only, household income. And for high ticket, I would recommend you to play around with this. Or we got one client that was selling Tesla items. Usually we were targeting more people that were having like top 10% household income in US. But for this one, this is what you can do. You can come here, and if you know who's your target customer, it would be amazing for you to not keep things so broad. Like if you're selling maybe makeup stuff and you know that your ideal customer is not 65 plus and it's not male as well, then you would just narrow your targeting and you would just leave it like 18-24 until, let's say, 44, and you would just remove male and unknown, right? So you would come here, edit demographics, you select your ad group, and let's say summer dresses, and in this case, I would remove unknown and male. And let's say I want to remove this, or you can leave it. This is a black box still. You go at your own risk. I would just leave it, let's say like this. And for summer dresses, I would just right now just save demographics, and this is how you also do age and gender optimization. And when you start to get more data, you can come again here and you can study by clicks and also by how many conversions you got, what's the cost per conversion. And then if you see here, let's say that the cost per conversion at this specific one for our summer dresses, like people click a lot here and they simply purely not convert, and the other two segments are converting much, much better at a much lower cost. And I would just come here and just exclude it as well. Or instead of just excluding, I would also just maybe reduce the bids by a little bit, like 10-20% maybe. Or it really depends. It's up to you. You just gotta try it on your own and see what results you'll get, right? In this video, I want to show you how to set up dynamic display remarketing the easiest way and the best way ever. And we are going to do that by using an app called tROAS. Now, I want you to go first in your Shopify so we can fix up your tracking. By the way, if you want this document right here, you can check the link in the description and you can get it. It's free. Perfect. Now let's go in our Shopify dashboard. I want you to go and find your tROAS app. And I want you to go here where it says Google Dynamic Remarketing and Conversion Tracking. By the way, tROAS is an amazing app. I'm not affiliated with it, but you can link up your Shopify products with your Google Merchant Center. And it's just going to make your life so much easier. So yeah, and also it helps with the tracking as well, which is amazing. Cool. Now you go here, and here I already have it installed for my client, but you're going to see activate, like the dynamic remarketing tag is going to be inactive. You want to press activate or change, whatever it's there. And also conversion tracking tag. This is going to be for purchases. So you're shooting two rabbits with one stone, basically. After you activate these two, probably you're going to have like a small tutorial so you can watch. It's going to be very easy. It's going to take like 1 or 2 minutes. I want you to do the same here with Google and enhanced conversions. And you can also watch this tutorial right here. Perfect. After you are fixing this, you want to go in your Google Ads dashboard. And first, we want to check if our remarketing tag is actually ready to serve for remarketing. And what do I mean by this? You want to go in your audience manager right here. By the way, this is the old Google Ads dashboard. You don't have to worry if you're using the new dashboard. It's going to look just a little bit different, but the psychology applies the same. So I want you to go here to your data sources, and you're going to see your Google tag already installed because we activated this thing right here. So you want to go here, you're going to press details, and here you want to see ID or product ID or ecom underline prod ID. And this one should be over 11 if I'm not wrong. So we have 23, which means that it's ready. Typically, if you're installing this one with tROAS, you're not going to have issues from day one. It's going to be perfect. But I recommend you to do this verification anyway. In case you don't see it, I recommend you to just contact them. Like, you can contact them right here. They are super fast and super helpful. Right. So now that you're basically ready, this is going to be the last ultimate step. So what else you need to do? You need to have your Google Merchant Center linked with your Google Ads, and you want to go here to Tools and Settings. You want to go to Data Manager. If you don't have it named like this, I think that Google just renamed this. I don't know how it was in the past, but it's Data Manager, and you want to see that Google Merchant Center is linked. If you don't have it, you're gonna scroll right here, you're gonna find Google Merchant Center, and you're gonna link. Very easy, it's gonna take a few seconds, and boom, you're good to go. Now we go in the main dashboard. We're gonna press create new campaign. You want to create a campaign without a goals guidance. You will select display. So create a campaign without a goals guidance. You will select display. Then you want to add a goal, which is going to be purchases. I recommend you to have only one conversion goal, which is going to be purchases most of the time. I want you to add your URL. For this example, I'm just going to add google.com, and I recommend you to add your homepage. Here you're going to have display remarketing, and you want to put your country, US. You want to start a new one. The account is in United Kingdom, but for this example, we are gonna select United States, press target, then location options. Always make sure that you check the second one. It's a hidden option right here. Select English, it's all good. And now this is the only thing that makes a difference between a classic display campaign and a dynamic display remarketing campaign is dynamic ads. And here you're gonna press this or right here, and here you want to check this one, use dynamic ads for personal ads. You want to select your feed and no filters added. It's all good. And you just press next and you're good to go. I mean, you also still need to finish the setup, but that was basically the main thing that makes this campaign dynamic. Now, you want to give like a small budget, like £20. I'd recommend you to select conversion value, and I wouldn't recommend you to add return on ad spend like a tROAS. Just leave it like that, leave it open. You just press next. Here, this is very important. We want to add as a targeting. You want to create an audience segment that it usually includes all the recent visitors in the past 90 days without the people that converted. And you can do that within your audience manager or with your analytics. Once you do that, like I'm just going to add it here. I don't have it created in this account. You want to go here to browse. Once you have it done, you have installed it here. You want to come here and you want to press browse and then how they have interacted with your business. And then you have website visitors and you're going to find it here. And I'm just going to select one just for the sake of this tutorial. Press done. And here, very, very important, because otherwise the whole campaign is gonna go in the trash. You have this optimized targeting here. And by leaving this open, Google is gonna go over your specified audience that you selected right here, and it's gonna go over and look for other people. And this is basically Google's way of spending more money and spending your full daily budget. So we want to uncheck this. And right now, this is how a dynamic remarketing campaign should be. Now we press next. We have, of course, here we have the sign that this isn't the right URL. Of course, I get it. You want to put your homepage URL. Here, I recommend you to add your business name. You can add images, logos, videos if you have. You can add headlines, long headlines, descriptions, everything. If you selected that dynamic setting that I already told you, your ads are gonna just be automatically created. But this is just like giving Google a little bit of bonus in case you want to add. Maybe it's gonna showcase your desired headline right here or somewhere in their own variation across Google search network. Now you just create an ad, then you press next and you're gonna press publish. And this is literally everything that you gotta do. You're gonna wait. Usually it takes like 5 days until your campaign is gonna start running. Of course, if you have like a decent sized audience. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Not so complicated. A lot of people actually don't know how to do this, which is really funny. Dynamic display remarketing campaign is one of the best way of remarketing with Google Ads, because you can also remarket the people that come from Facebook as well. And it's one of the core campaign that needs to be in your account so you can actually achieve a lot of success. As you know, not a lot of people convert from the first time, and we have to show them ads again and again in order to make them convert, right? So yeah, in this video, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know about setting up a YouTube Shorts campaign, how to structure your YouTube Shorts campaign, also how to optimize. Now, this was a very requested video and it's part of my free intensive Google Ads training. So yeah, without further introduction, let's jump in the video. First things first, you got to make sure that you have your YouTube channel linked with your Google Ads account. I'm going to show you how to link. You're in your YouTube studio right here. This is one of our clients, and you want to go to settings. So let me move my hand. You want to go to channel, and then you want to go to advanced settings. And here you want to see Google Ads account linking. You want to link your account. It's going to be very, very easy. Just follow the steps. It's going to take like 1 minute. Then you want to go back. You're probably going to receive a notification in your email, but you can also go to tools and settings, linked accounts, and you're going to see here a request that you gotta accept in order to have your YouTube channel linked. Now, I want to show you how to actually set up the campaign. Now, in order to set up a YouTube Shorts campaign, first we gotta publish your video into YouTube. And we are gonna do this by publishing it as unlisted. So this is what you need to do. You wanna close this, you wanna go upload video, you wanna select your file. And here we have one video already that it's in the shorts format, which is like the story format. You don't care about the title, you don't care about a lot of things in here. All you gotta do is know it's not made for kids, and then you just want to move to the next one. You don't need this. This one is gonna check very soon. Then you press next, you put it as unlisted, and then you just basically save it and you're good to go. After it's published, you can come in here and you can copy this link, or you can go in your content and you can copy the link of your video from there. And right now we are starting to publish our first campaign. By the way, in this document, which you can get it for free, here is literally all the documentation that you need to start your campaign. What you need to keep in mind before creating a campaign, that you need at least 3 to 5 creatives. And to ease your working flow, I suggest you to take your winning creatives from Facebook or TikTok and just use them in YouTube as well. Now, about the structure, I want you to keep things simple. You want to have 2 options: one campaign with 1 ad group and 3 to 5 ads inside, or one campaign with 2-3 ad groups and 1-2 ads in each ad group. This is just for your internal optimization, I would say. It's going to keep your account very clean. It's going to be easier to read data and optimize later when you want to switch from maximize conversion to a target CPA. Now, let's create our first campaign. For this example, I'm just going to upload 1 ad. But again, what you want to do is just add 3 to 5 creatives inside. Now, let's go. So we are going to press create a new campaign. You want to put create a campaign without the goals guidance. So you select video, and this is the part that a lot of people get confused when it comes to short ads. You don't want video views, even if this one seems very appealing. Google tries to push it like a lot. We want to drive conversions. This is what it's important for us in e-commerce in general. Then as a goal right here, you want to select purchases. This account, for example, this is a SaaS, it's not an e-commerce, but because you have set up your tracking with purchases, I assume, and if you followed all of my tutorials that I posted, you should have the tracking properly installed with the process by now. And you should have here purchases. For this example, I'm going to just put signups, but it works both ways perfectly fine. Now you want to put your country that you're going to advertise, and you're going to put purchases or whatever, purchases, and you can put your name or date or whatever works for you. I'm going to put our agency name, you put US, language, you want to have maximized conversion, works perfectly fine. Now, daily budget, I would suggest you to start with the minimum of 100 US dollars a day. And here, usually you're gonna see that Google constantly changes this. Back in the days, you could have checked this one. Now you don't know, but if you see this, I would suggest you to untick this one. Now, if you want to run good shorts, don't add site links, don't add anything in here. Devices, set specific targeting for devices. In order to make this campaign work, you want to remove computers, tablets, TV screens, and just leave mobile phones. Frequency capping, you don't need to do anything. Now, video enhancement, very important. Make sure you uncheck this one. Even if Google tells you a lot of things, you don't want your ads to be modified by them. Then you're going to name your ad group, group 1. Audience, make sure that you have already created an audience about this. And I will create soon a tutorial on my channel about how to create a good, high quality and relevant audience. What you need to keep in mind is that you want to have one audience per video, just one, and that's all. And if you, in case you want to like test other audiences in the future, I would suggest you to take the same creatives that you have, duplicate the campaign, but just switch the audience. And this is how you keep a very clean account, and you'll understand what works, what doesn't, for what type of audience, how your video reacts and stuff like that. Now, after you select your audience, here you would like to turn, let me just do something here. I already have one prepared. I select, after you selected it. So in our case, I'm just going to read it. Probably this one is going to be blurred. We have investors, 18 to 44 age range, top 50% income US, and only males. This is what an audience can look like. And here we added custom data. We added a bunch of interest like investors, traders, crypto. That's the beauty with Google Ads. You can create very, very highly customized audiences, and it's really, really good. Now, here you move on and you want to uncheck this. This is a must. You don't want Google to go yet after similar people. You just want to go after people within your desired audience. Or this is for, you will hear probably different people telling you different strategies. You can start very narrow, like how we are doing this. We create one specific audience and we are trying to get those initial conversions, especially when you have like a lower budget. This would be recommended. But if you have like a bigger budget to invest, you can start broad, and then you'll see later down the line which audience brings you better cost per conversion, and you can narrow a little bit later. This also works very, very fine. Okay, and here, this is the part where you're just gonna copy the link again, which I already did. And right now, I'm just gonna paste it right here. Google is gonna crawl it. And as you can see, it's gonna show us exactly how it's gonna look in a short format. You want to add your URL. Then here, make sure that you, let's say URL, I'm gonna put google.com, whatever. And here you want to put a full path because it's just going to make the ad look better. Now, as a call to action, you would like to put shop now because we are doing e-commerce. You would like to put your headline, long headline, description. And here you want to either upload an image as a banner. This is going to be your thumbnail, or you can just leave it the way that it is, which is also fine. Now you're just giving a name to this ad, and now you have one ad. What you can do is press duplicate. We're going to have the second ad, and here, because you already have your copy already saved from the first ad, because you press duplicate, you don't have to like re-enter the copy. You're just gonna go here, press X, and then you're gonna go back into your YouTube studio. You're gonna go to content, you're gonna copy your second video, you're gonna come here and you're gonna press paste again, and you're gonna have the next one, and you'll see that the copy will be saved. And you just repeat this, as I told you, 3 to 5 times, and then you'll be good to go. You just press create a campaign. And this is, in a nutshell, everything that you need to do, like to create a good shorts campaign. Now, the next step, how the heck do you optimize once you start seeing some data in your account? First thing, you want to cut off the unprofitable ads. You want to just exclude them. And here, I mean, when you see an ad that it's under 1% click-through rate, you should turn it off. But keep in mind that you should let the ads spend a little bit more. So after you see at least a couple of $100 spent into that specific ad, and you see that it still has below 1% click-through rate, and also you see barely conversions or you don't see any conversion, then I suggest you to actually turn it off. As I said here, let it run for a while before taking a decision. If the click-through rate is low, but the conversion rate is high, usually it's very rare, you just would like to let the ad just be. You don't touch it. Now, once you start to add unprofitable ads, you're going to see on the other side your winning ads. So what you can do is just talk with your creators, talk with your clients, talk with your manager, whatever, and just create a duplication of the winning ad with a different hook or with a different call to action, and you just add it in the mix as a new ad to test. Now, in terms of bidding optimization, you want to switch to a target CPA. Once the CPA starts to stabilize for 3 to 5 days in a row, let's say that after 30 days, you see that you get a cost per acquisition, a CPA for $50, and you like that CPA, then it will be a good time for you to switch to a target CPA. And then again, you just let the CPA be for like a week, 2, 3, and then you can start scaling. Now, you want to add placement exclusion lists so you can optimize where your ads show. And you can do that by going in here where you're like placement exclusion lists, and you can create, I'm just going to press leave. I don't want to publish this campaign. Here we have one exclusion list, which has 6,000 placements. You would just press plus, new list. You're going to give it a name. And then instead of pressing browse, you're going to press enter. And here, I suggest you to come here, steal my placement exclusion list, which has almost 7,000 placements. And here I'm just going to open so you can check them out. So here we want to force YouTube to not show our ads on channels that are like for kids, gaming, music, for display, apps, and other recommended topics. So just take everything that it is right here. You just copy them like this. You just press Ctrl C, and then you go into your Google Ads and just paste them right here. And then you add those placements, and then you press save. And after that is done, you need to go in your campaign, which I'm going to show you right now. In order to add those placement exclusion lists, you want to go to content, and then you want to press edit exclusions on the account level or the campaign level. In this scenario, I would suggest you to go on campaign level. You would select your campaign that you just created, and I would go here to topic exclusions first. Like, you can come here and you can copy these ones from this list, and then you can add them here. And then I would suggest you to come to placement exclusions, use placement exclusion list, which is the list that we already created. And then you're just going to select it, and then you're going to press save. So it's pretty easy, guys. Cool. One more thing that I want to show you guys. You want to refine and add more, like to exclude more placements every single day, because not all the lists that I have here, it might not be enough. You still will have channels that are still not necessarily related. Like, you might appear on news channels or Forbes or something about investing. Meanwhile, you are selling, I don't know, dog toys, stuff like that. Then in order to check what your ads are showing, you want to go here to Insights Reports, when and where our ads showed. You want to go to where our ads showed, and here you're going to check, you're going to see on what channels do appear, right? And in order to exclude that channel, let's say that here we have Forbes breaking news, which is a good one for our case, but for your brand might not be the case. You just open it up, and then you're just gonna copy the link, and you want to have another tab open with placement exclusion list that we already created, and you want to go just as I told you, and you want to add it manually in there, and you're going to save them. And you do this every single day. Every single day you select by today or by yesterday, depending on how frequent you go. And then you're going to just see where your ads are shown, and you're just going to optimize. And this is how you will save more money, and you will make your campaign much more relevant, right? And this is what we want to do. So this is everything that you got to do for now. And this is everything in a nutshell about short ads. Of course, there are more nuances that you will gain as you gain more experience, but this was everything. So it's easier than some people might think. Right now, as a cherry on top, I want to give you guys a bonus, and this is a YouTube ad strategy that we use for one of our clients. Again, you can take all these documents, all this information, you can use it for yourself. This is going to be a more of a theoretical based video where I'm going to teach you how to optimize target CPA, target ROAS, and how to scale using the stair-step method that I learned from Solutions 8, right? So the main thing I'm going to cover in this video is going to be how to optimize tCPA and target ROAS, and the scaling phase is going to be explained in here because it's a lot of text that I have prepared for you, which you can read it at your own pace. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me in the comments or in a DM. You can easily DM me on X, right? I would love to connect there. Feel free to reach out to me whenever you want. Now, we covered the basics in this course, in this 9 video. You kind of like got the basics. You know what you need to do. You know how to launch, how to structure, how to do everything. Now, what happens after you get those initial conversions? What happens when you want to scale? Well, you can scale your account by using an open bidding strategy, which is maximize conversions or maximize conversion value. And here, I'm going to put this one like this. I recommend scaling your stuff with maximized conversion value. Usually it's much easier. But if you want more control, and a lot of advertisers want a lot of control and they want, how can I say it, consistency when it comes to their sales, I suggest you to switch to a target ROAS or a target CPA, depending on how your store is structured. Like I already explained this in day 2 or day 3. So both ways, if you're choosing an open bidding strategy like maximize conversion value or a restrictive bidding strategy like target ROAS, both ways are good. Right now, I want to teach you how to scale and what to do when that happens with target CPA or target ROAS. Like I want you to take this information and know what to do in a specific situation, because I cannot be over your shoulder only if you like hire us. So we can basically do this for you. I want you to know what to do in different scenarios, right? I want to say this straight from the bat. If you're a beginner, I suggest you to not touch target ROAS or target CPA because you might just fuck up your performance. But if you actually know what you're doing and you have a little bit of knowledge, this is what you got to do. I prepared here like a couple of scenarios and I'm going to just go through them. So this is for target CPA. This is the scenario. This is the potential things that you can do to improve the performance. Now, your current daily ad spend is full and your CPA exceeds the target CPA, like it's higher than your target CPA. The thing that you can do is you can increase your target CPA by 10 to 20%. The second scenario, your daily spend is less than 80% of the daily budget and your actual CPA is higher than your target CPA. What you can do is you can decrease your tCPA by about 20 to 20% to increase impressions and ad spend. Now, the third scenario, when you're spending your fully daily spend and your actual CPA is lower than your target CPA, which is a good scenario to actually be in, you have 2 actions that you can take. You can increase the target CPA to reduce the average CPC and possibly decrease the ad spend, or you can lower the target CPA that you have adjusted and set it to your average cost per conversion in the last 7 to 14 days and let Google continue to spend and potentially improve with time, right? The fourth scenario that you can do is when you're spending less than 80% of the daily budget and your also CPA is less than your target CPA. In this case, you can decrease the target CPA by 20% to increase impressions and ad spend. And your current CPA, target CPA, might be set too high in this scenario and the campaign has a limited reach. Now, the fifth scenario is the ideal scenario, and when you're spending your daily budget and the CPA is matching with your target CPA. In this case, the campaign is hitting your target CPA while utilizing the entire daily budget, and not necessarily no action is needed in this scenario. But what you can do is you can increase the daily budget by about 20 to 15% if the tCPA is stable in the last 10 to 14 days. And this is what you can do in order to manage to scale and improve the performance of this ideal scenario. I hope that this one gives you a better understanding of the target CPA. Maybe it seems complicated. What you can do is you can always download this document right here and you can study on your own and you can see, hey, the second scenario matches my situation. Now you know exactly what you can do. And this document, by the way, is free in the description down below. Now let's move on to target ROAS. This is going to be fun. Now, the first scenario, you're hitting your daily spend, but the ROAS is higher than your target ROAS. Then what you can do is you can increase your target ROAS by 20 to 20%. The second scenario is when your current daily budget is less than 80% of your daily budget. Like, let's say that you're spending, I don't know, $60 when your daily budget is like around 100, but your ROAS is higher than your desired ROAS. You can slightly decrease the target ROAS by about 20 to 20% to increase impressions and ad spend as well. The third scenario is your current daily ad spend is hitting your daily spend, like you're spending your full budget, but your ROAS is lower than your target ROAS. What you can do, this is going to be a common for a lot of advertisers. You can increase your target ROAS to reduce the average CPC and possibly decrease the ad spend, right? The third scenario is you can decrease your target ROAS and set it up to your average ROAS in the last 7 to 14 days, and you can let Google continue to spend and possibly improve with time. The fourth scenario is going to be when you're spending less than your 80% of your daily budget, but your ROAS is lower than your target ROAS. In this case, you can reduce your target ROAS by 10-20% to increase the number of impressions and also the ad spend. Your current target ROAS might be set too high in this scenario and the campaign has a limited reach. Right. Now, the last scenario, you're hitting your daily spend, all good, and you're hitting your desired ROAS. In this campaign, no action is necessarily needed, but in case you want to improve even further, you can increase the daily budget by about 10 to 15% if the target ROAS is stable in the last 10-14 days. The stair-step method, it's fairly very long, and what I want you to do is download this so you can go on your own flow and read and understand how to actually scale, because this is just going to be me just reading through, and I hope that you will actually understand it better just by reading it and understanding it on your own pace. So if you have any questions, as I said, you can always hit me up in DMs on X, or you can just leave a comment and I'll try to respond to you. So if you enjoyed this video, maybe you want to leave a like, I would appreciate it, or subscribe. If you would like to work with my agency, you can check the link in the description, or you can just scroll in this document where you can check some previous clients' results, and you can just book a call by using this link, and we'll see if we are a good fit for each other, right? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next videos, and thank you so much for watching the whole course. I hope that you got a lot of understanding, and yeah, I'll see you in the next ones. Have a good one. Bye.